for telling me. Now it's live, but here it is. It's oh, it's Kai. It's Kai. It's Kai. Oh, my I wrote Kai, but my thing saved you as Kyle. Okay. Who do we think is most urgent? And Yusuf, you needed help. I have a Texas deal. I don't know how to pitch mortgage takeover. Yeah, Yusuf, I got you, man. I'm going to be calling a lot of mortgage takeovers today. You buy in Florida? Yes. Not me, but my wholesalers. So, we get deals done in Florida. No problem. Hold my hand wholesale support's been ignoring me for 5 days. That's not good. Let me send this to them. But also, you probably just went through a channel that is through WAP rather than us. So like WAP has their support, and I can't speak for WAP support, but our support is responsive. You tell me if you did this. You tell me if you did this. Is this what you did? Did you go to hashtag support right here? Is that how you, and then you clicked enter and you went to here? Let me know if that's what you did. I don't see LARP. Okay. I think LARP is a new term that means faking wealth. Let me text Grayshell just to make sure it's working. One moment. I just want to make sure you're taken care of. Okay. I don't think you are LARPing, actually. It's okay. Either or. Seamster, what's going on, man? How you doing today?
How's it going?
I'm doing really well today. Well, I'm a little tired today. How are you?
I'm good. I was really motivated by last night's call, so I've been doing a little bit of studying up in the courses, and yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, good. So yesterday we told you take the courses. You took those courses?
Yes. Yeah, I've just finished the cash finance one. Yeah.
Good. Okay, what'd you think? Anything we can improve on? Any feedback? Always looking for constructive criticism.
I think the video is a lot more comprehensive than the text, the workbooks. So I would say that standalone, the workbooks, you could maybe add more context that helps you to distinguish between section 8 versus, let's say, fix and flips.
Sure. Yeah.
Like in more detail.
Right.
Whereas with the video, you actually go on Zillow and look at the different properties, so it's quite easy to see visually what the differences could be.
Yeah. The quizzes. You mean the quizzes after you take the courses?
No, the workbook.
Oh, it must have been my team adds resources on here. I just did the video portion of it, but I'll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll ask them about that. I'm not familiar with it. I'm sure they've added that in here. Also, I don't think people know I'm live. At everyone, I am live. Okay. Now we had made an offer for you yesterday.
Yes, you did. Yeah. It was in Detroit.
Yeah, what was that? Was that Bellater?
No, it was
Chrysler
Drive.
Oh, yes, Hazel Park. Got you. Chrysler Drive. Yeah, I did, and we emailed it. And did she respond to us?
No, she didn't respond.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and check it out. So yeah, here's my offer. I attached my proof of funds. Looks like I offered 70. Looks like they're asking 90. Okay. She was really nice, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
Let's give her a call. Let's follow up, guys. So this is what our follow-up looks like.
Hi.
Okay, so that's not that whenever you get an automated message, that's not the agent. Don't call that, guys. And I will share my screen on this just in case you guys want to see what I've selected here and why I've selected it. I guess I'll briefly run through why I made this offer yesterday. Yesterday, we had a new member. I wanted to make sure he hit the ground running. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and show you this process and how easy it can be. Not to say that they're going to say yes to my offer. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But more so, this is just what it looks like to get started. So we found this house listed for 90,000. It's been fully renovated. It appears that it will rent for 1434 per month. So I've offered $70,000, and I also do want to show you guys how you could do that. So so what's the correlation between a $70,000 offer, right, and $1,400 per month rent? Well, if I go to holdmyhandwholesale.com or holdmyhandwholesale.group, I can actually just put this into our calculator, and it will tell me whether or not this is a good deal. So check this out. I'm going to go to tools. I'm going to go to deal analyzer. I'm going to go to my section 8 calculator right here, and I'm going to put in the numbers. So they want 90, right? The rent, we just found out that it was about $1,420 per month. The property tax, I'm going to venture to say it's $200 per month, but Zillow would tell us if we scrolled down. And I'm going to say insurance is 100. So I'm overestimating these figures a little bit as Detroit taxes are on the rise. And I'm going to look for a $5,000 finder's fee. So it now calculates my cash on cash return, and it says estimated buyer's offer to purchase 76,000. Let's see if I can make that show up on TikTok. So they're willing to pay 76,000, offer to the seller 71,000. So what did I hit him with? I hit him with an email at 70,000. I grabbed the proof of funds that we have in the Discord, and as far as the property, that's not it. This one. This is what I was looking at here. So what do I like about this thing? Well, I can see that the windows are new. They still have the stickers on them. I can see that the roof is new. I can see that the siding is at least functional. As I look at the house and I look at where the walls meet the floor and I look at the ceiling, I don't see anything that looks strange. It just looks like it might have had a tenant living in it, but previously renovated. The kitchen, not seeing anything weird in here. Everything looking really straightforward in this property. So I called on his behalf and I was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and make an offer at 70,000, intending to send this to the buyers at $76,000. So that's exactly what we did. And in real estate agent fashion, we did not hear a response, but she was really nice. So we'll give her the benefit of the doubt and give her a call back. Chrysler. Okay. Did she text me? Received. She said received and she didn't respond to me. I'm guessing they're going to have a counter for me.
Hello, this is Rosalind.
Hi, Rosalind. We spoke yesterday about your listing on Chrysler Drive in Hazel Park. I had sent you guys an offer at 70,000.
Yes. Seller is reviewing it.
Okay. Hey, I just pulled this up on public record. It looks like is this a short sale? It looks like they owe like 104. Or is the seller just bringing money to the closing table?
It's not a short sale.
Oh, I must have the wrong information. So that their mortgage wouldn't be above the offer I made.
No.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I guess maybe I'll give you a call back tomorrow or Monday to see if that offer was well received.
Yeah, tomorrow will be fine. I should have a response.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Now, honestly, I should have asked her if she had any other listings. I think that's a great agent, and I should have asked if there was any other listings at this time. That's okay. Okay, so we followed up with her. We'll continue to do so, but that's how you go about this process from start to finish. You call, you make the offer, and when you're ready and where you feel it's applicable, throw in a creative finance offer. I'm actually going to be doing some creative finance calls today.
No, great. This is super helpful. Thank you.
Absolutely. Here to help. Keep sticking around in here, and if there's anything else I can help you out with, just let me know in the chat, okay?
No, for sure, definitely. Thanks.
Perfect. Kai, what's going on, man? Hello, Mr. Kai. All right. Next, Yusuf, what's going on, man?
Richard, what's going on, man?
Not much.
Yeah, regarding the deal in Texas, I have no idea about mortgage takeover. You know that.
Sure. Let's give them a call. So, guys, what's going on right now is various students are showing me their deals, and if I can, I'll give them a call and see if I can make something happen. So I've been texting with them all morning, actually. I'm not entirely sure if they're open to my offer on this. However, I will try.
Gotcha.
Mortgage. Why can't I find this? Maybe it's in my calls.
When he's number?
What was this? Was this? Which address was this?
Vargas.
Vargas, right?
Yeah.
I found it.
Yes.
Okay, 324 Vargas Street. 324 Vargas Street. And that's in San Antonio, Texas. Oh, did we lose audio, Instagram? Instagram, can y'all still hear? Do we lose audio for the 14 people out of 516,000 that are on my live? I think we may have lost audio. Okay. Okay, they say they can hear. I thought it was strange. Oh, look, here's the agent calling me back from the house I was looking to wholesale. Let's talk to him. Hello.
Hey Richard, what's going on?
Hey, Turner Street. I don't know if you got my text, but I would be lower than 70, but I do recognize what you're saying. I see the comps that sold for 180, 190, and I think some flipper would be willing to do that. I hate listing on the market with my flips. I hate to be the flipper that sits and sits and sits. So I like to just sell it to my buyers that pay slightly lower prices, but I know I can sell it off market to them. So I'll tell you what, I think somebody in my network would pick this up if y'all were open to me pushing it out to my buyers.
Yeah, I did text you back, but you should definitely see if you can get it locked down. We can do 70. That's
Okay.
his bottom dollar. So
Okay, send me an assignable purchase and sale agreement and give me 7 days to push it out. But you guys keep it on the market the entire time, and I'll happily cancel that contract if you get another offer that makes sense.
okay. I mean, yeah, all right, that sounds good.
Because I just can't market it unless you guys are okay with it.
I got you. Okay. All right. I'll get that over to you then.
Okay, perfect. I will send over. Well, you already have my signing info from the previous deal, right?
Yep.
And then just do EMD submitted after inspection so that the buyer can submit EMD.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Richard. Talk to you soon.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Everything's still good for Tracy, right?
Oh yeah. I'm buying that thing. That one makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, it's not my best one ever, but I think I'll probably make like 40 or 45 on it.
Okay, that's good. All right, sounds good. Hopefully we can get Turner moved. And then, have you seen all my other properties yet?
No, what do you have?
I'll tell you what. I'll text you over a link to everything we got. Hopefully we can do some more work. And I got a bunch in the pipeline coming. So.
Okay, yeah, I really love these multifamilies, and I am open to single families if they have character like Tracy.
Okay, all right, I'll send you over what I got. I do have another good multifamily, pretty close to Turner, on Clover Lawn Street. You should definitely take a look at that one.
Okay, yeah, Clover Lawn. I feel like I've heard of that before. Clover Lawn. Oh yeah, I've seen this before. I don't think we've walked it though. The rehab doesn't look bad.
I'd say it's in even better condition than Turner, slightly.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like it needs too much. Maybe it needs kitchen, refinish the floors, paint. Do you know how old those windows are? They look vinyl.
Yeah. I think most of them are vinyl. I'm not sure how old, but I think they're in pretty good condition.
Okay, so Chris.
It's mostly cosmetic.
Chris will probably tell me, even though the roof is functional, I bet he'll always want me to put on a new roof. I don't know why. They just want me to do that. So 12 on the roof, and then the interior is probably only Gosh, if it maybe like 27 with windows, and then we've got that garage back there, but we could probably leave that as it is. So yeah, I bet the rehab is 12 plus 27, so maybe like just shy of 30. Yeah, so I would pick up Clover Lawn. I would do the same offer, no inspection, EMD day 1. Hopefully not $2,500 EMD. But yeah, the numbers for my investors, they buy something like this for about 145. At Turner, they would probably pick up for 155 because it has a 6 beds, but this one probably 145. And if I'm putting in 39, I probably want to be closer to 65, 70 on this. Because if I put in, 40K at this at 99, I'm in it for 150 with closing costs.
Okay. All right, then we're a little far apart on that.
What do you think they take? They bought it for 23,000. Did they do any work on it?
No.
Well, why wouldn't they take that? They bought it a year ago for 23. They're making like $35,000 on this.
Believe me, I know.
That's a good deal for them, man. I feel like he would take that if we do a no inspection EMD day 1 non-refundable EMD. I feel like we could hit him with 68,000.
You're 60. I mean, I just got an offer at 70. I just ran it by him, and he didn't. He's not taking that. So
really, do you know why?
He believes it's worth way more.
Huh. Yeah, I haven't looked at the comps. Maybe it's like Turner where it would sell for like 190. That's just for 20% cash on cash return. It's almost always between I've got one duplex I'll sell for 135 because it's small, and then my highest is usually 160 if I get a fully renovated occupied duplex for him.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know how much longer y'all need to sit, but yeah, I could likely match the 70K offer. I could likely match that. I would just have Chris walk it first.
Okay. All right. And I just sent you a link to everything else I got, so
Okay.
take a look at that, and then hopefully we can do some more business here.
Okay, I'll take a peek.
I appreciate it, Rich. Talk to you soon.
All right, bye-bye. So we just got him to agree.
Yo, Richard, that was me that made that offer on that for 70. I noticed a lot of shootings there. Just wanted to let you know.
Oh, okay. Got you.
So you're probably not going to pull the trigger on that, right?
Yeah, I would want that closer to like 60, 65. But honestly, you're right. I mean, the shootings are a bit scary. The main thing for me is that he's going to let me wholesale the other property. Yeah, shit, there's shootings all over this place. Yeah, that's not great. There are some shootings.
Yeah, that's why I backed out of it. You feel me? Because I was going to make an offer on the other one too.
Yeah, I see that. Probably not for me with the shootings.
All right, thank you, brother. Take care.
Talk soon. Bye-bye. TikTok, I'm going to restart this. I think there's something going on. That's a shame. I wonder if we just missed that recording. I think we have it on YouTube though. Yeah, YouTube. Did y'all hear that? This guy just let me wholesale his house. I'm buying his other listing, and he's gonna let me wholesale the other one. I mean, shoot, that's pretty cool, guys. So you can talk to agents and you can ask them if you can wholesale their house, and some of the times they'll say yes. So YouTube saw that. Let's see. I'm gonna tell Andrew and Jalen. Hey guys, at the beginning of the stream, I told the audience that I was going to ask an agent to let me wholesale the house that they have. I'm buying his other listing. So he has 2 listings, 16176 Tracy. I'm buying that one for, I think it was 70. Oh gosh, I don't remember. I'm buying his listing on Tracy Street. And then he has another one, 15930 Turner. I walked the property. Rehab is like 50K. And I would only make 26K if I flipped the property. So I called him and I was like, yo, you think you can let me wholesale this house? And he said yes. He said yes, I could wholesale it. So he's sending me a contract for wholesale. Okay. So now we're going to call Yusuf Steele. I kind of got distracted here. Hopefully TikTok is working again. I'll go live on Instagram. Okay. What state was that house in? That was in Michigan. So we're going to do another one in San Antonio now. San Antonio is a really strong market. I haven't had great rental properties there. In fact, I have a house in San Antonio and I have been trying to sell it for some time. I'll sell it for $0 down. So if you guys are like, I don't know if I can get $0 down deals, I've got a fully renovated house in San Antonio that I'd sell for $0 down. The reason I would sell it for $0 down is because it doesn't cash flow for me. I'll put it in the chat. Drew, I have 22 doors that I'm holding and I'm flipping 5 right now. So I have 27 doors, but I'm only going to hold on to 22 of them. Okay. Let's start the calls. So we just got Turner Street. I'm going to put that in our CRM because that's happening. That's a wholesale deal. I feel like I could find a buyer for $5K. $70K offer accepted wholesale. So that's good news. Already bagged a deal this soon into the day, which is great. We're going to see if we can get another one done here. Yusuf, you were next, right? Vargas?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's talk about the situation on this, guys. We're really using every strategy that we have available to us right now. I'm also going to be calling on mobile home parks today. I know, a little bit of mobile home park action. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, he owes 170. So Yusuf, maybe we can do something here. He owes 174. They told me the payment was less than this actually. And what is this rent out for?
$2,400.
$2,400. Wow, dude. His
Even more actually.
Dude, his monthly payment is only like $1,025 unless that. Oh wow, unless that doesn't include taxes and insurance. So we could probably make him a seller finance payment. We could probably offer to take over this mortgage, the 174, give him a down payment. I'll probably put that at $20,000, and then make payments on top. Now, he was telling me that the monthly payment for the mortgage is $1,025. Damn, Instagram, you really keep crashing, huh? We'll try that again, Instagram. If the payment is $1,025 and the rent is $2,400, don't you think we could probably pay him $300 a month? He pays $41.48 in taxes. Could be worse. That's $345 per month. Insurance probably about $150. $345 plus $150 for insurance. $5. So he probably pays $1,525, rents for $2,400. Maybe only $250 a month in payments to him, and that's not great because $2,400, and then that would go to. Oof, that's hard, man. I might just offer him a heightened sum to take over the debt because I don't think we have room for payments. That's why hybrids on cheap properties can be hard.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Let's just offer him like a mortgage takeover without paying him anything except the down payment and covering. We usually cover the real estate commission, right?
Yeah, we could do a high down payment. I'm thinking like $30,000, maybe even more than that. Yeah, so I'm going to offer him probably. Well, he bought it for $166 in 2024. I bet he's renovated since then. He owes $174. They're open to us taking over the debt. The problem is the perceived equity that they have, maybe even real equity. But it cash flows disgustingly well, like really, really nice cash flow. So I'm gonna hit him with, yeah, probably 30,000 to take over the debt. But the only issue with that is he wants 255, but it's been there for 140 days. So maybe he would take
Exactly.
205.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a 50K price drop, but you never know. I mean, we see it all the time. So I'll call the guy and I'll let him know of my concern. Do you have an objection handling script? I don't do scripts because I don't think it's helpful for the sales process. I think that it kind of hinders you if you have to read off of a script. I give you phone call recordings. So you probably have about 50 hours of me negotiating with sellers just posted on the Discord. And I try to negotiate every single day in front of you. And it's my hope that you'll hear and kind of learn how to do it yourself rather than reading off of a script. I just think that these situations are more nuanced than a script allows for. Wholesaling just means I'm looking for a finder's fee rather than buying the property. What days do you go live on IG? Monday through Friday and occasionally on the weekends.
Hello, this is Terry Todd. Sorry I couldn't come to the phone right now, but please leave your name, number, or property address you're interested in, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for having me.
I kind of want to double dial him. He might pick up. No, bro's just genuinely not at his phone right now.
Hello.
Okay. I would offer $30,000 plus closing costs to take over the debt on this. The only issue is that if your client owes $174,000, they're only getting $205 from the sale. However, it has been on market for 150 days now. Perhaps it's worth presenting. And I feel like somebody would pick that up for at least 5 to 10,000. And it's because it comes with equity and it has really nice cash flow. Even though the rate's not very good, I think it's a good one. So Yusuf, we'll keep following up with this guy over time.
I gotcha. I really appreciate your time, man. Regarding your calculator that you use, can you send it, please?
Yeah.
I don't have it. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, here's my calculator. It's called the Working Offer Oven. Okay. You'll have to click File, make a copy. Every single day, y'all try to edit this one or request access to it. Click File, make a copy, and then you get access to this. Ooh. It's got a front lip installed on my Audi, and it looks so sick. Chris, come look at this. Look at that.
Whoa, that looks really good. Yeah, that's the final touch.
Isn't that sick?
Oh man, you picking it up today?
Maybe today.
Oh man, that looks great.
Yeah.
That's mean.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, that really completes the look.
Where do we get a deal on contract? We just DM you. No, you show me on Discord or you submit it to my team. I'll bring more people up, but I'm gonna be doing a lot of calls. Said, I will call Harry today. I will talk to him and I will ask about that. But Yusuf, is there anything else?
I'm good. Thank you.
Talk soon. Bye-bye. Wow. That's a crazy text right there. Wow. Kai wasn't available last we talked. Kai, can you hear me?
Yes.
How-
Yes, I can.
How
you
can
hear
I,
me?
yeah, how can I help you today?
How you doing? The seller, the agent got back to us. It's on your text message, and I think I sent it to you in a Discord. The rest of the properties that he wants to do seller finance. He came with a counter offer, 315 purchase price and 25K down, and taking the mortgage over 238, and then remaining 52 will be seller finance at 6% interest rate, balloon at 5, and will be extended 2 years for 8K.
Okay. Can you send me the address?
I did on your Discord, right? It's supposed to be in your Discord.
One moment. My
And
camera froze. Hold on. Come on, camera. Turn back on.
and on your text message as well. He texted it. You think you created a group yesterday?
Aiden, I think Turner would only sell for 155, but on the market it would sell for more based on what my buyers are paying. Oh, come on, camera. Turn back on for me. We're so close. Just work. There we go. Okay. All right. So you've got a deal here. Right. Columbia, Tennessee.
It's on your text message. The agent sending us a message for that property.
What did we offer on this? Did we offer seller financing?
Yeah, 25K down to take over the mortgage.
25K down to take over the mortgage. And what do they owe on it?
290. You give me a second here. 290. No, wait. 253, something like that. Give me a second.
237.
Yeah, 237.
And what were they asking for? 299, and we had offered them
No, they were asking 345. That's what I was trying to tell you. But I think you offered them 299 at the same time. They countered an offer with 315.
Looks like they were asking for 299 at least in May of last year, but maybe that was the previous seller. So I think I had reduced my offer because she said there were issues with the property. She said it's going to need some
Like,
work.
Yeah, work like new paint, maybe new carpet.
What was her name?
They're all about 237, 645.
What was her name?
Not her, is a he. His name is Michael. He talked to him yesterday.
Checking. I see. Okay. So hey Michael, let's present 25,000 plus closing costs to take over the mortgage on 14. Okay. I can send over listings. Hey guys, following up on the triplex, other deals, I can send over deals in the next 45 minutes. For the triplex, I presented the seller. She wouldn't be able to do that, but she would be able to do the following hybrid. 315 purchase price. That's her magic number. 25K down. Buyer covers closing costs, like you mentioned. Our fees would be included in that. Okay, so probably closer to like maybe 30, 35 down. Take over current mortgage, approximately 238. Remaining 52 would be seller finance, 6% interest. I don't know.
I was like, she doesn't being greedy right now.
Amortized over 30 years with the balloon at 5 years, extension additional 2 years. I don't like that. Okay, well, let me figure this out a little bit. How much does it rent out for?
There's 3 unit. One is currently 800, would be up to $1,000, what he said yesterday, and then other 2 units are 1,200, so close to $3,300 per month.
Okay, and the mortgage costs what per month?
1,485
plus taxes. Ooh, plus taxes. Taxes are cheap though. Taxes are 1634 divided by 12. That's 136. And insurance, I feel like is probably 200. 130. So we're probably looking at 336 for taxes and insurance. So I bet they pay closer to $1,800 per month on their mortgage, and it will rent out for 3,300. But don't we have tenants in place that prevent us from doing that?
There's only one tenant, their studio, which month to month, and as you mentioned yesterday, that tenant been living there for almost 13 years. He could be potentially move out or closer to the city or whatever. But he said that studio could be rented out for $1,000 as well.
How much does he pay now?
800.
Yeah. Okay. So he's paying
studio.
low end rent, and he's been there for a while. So they kind of got to keep him there. Okay. So 800. So it will bring in. Ugh. I'm gonna call him.
Right.
It's Michael.
Hey, Michael. It's Richard. We spoke yesterday about Highland Avenue.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. Yourself?
Doing well. I got your counter. So you got the tenant in place that's been there for 13 years. He's paying $800 a month. I don't think I could raise rent on that guy, man. Maybe very gradually over time, or kick him out. He probably is going to stay there. And then he said we're going to get the 1,000 on the other units.
Yeah. Well, 12. They were renting out 1,200. Hey, Richard. I think just because Kai texted me yesterday afterward, I don't think I fully realized. I should have just asked, but I guess it was live streamed yesterday. Am I being live streamed right now?
Yes, I do make my calls on live.
Okay, gotcha. I didn't realize that.
If that's not okay, we could totally have this conversation off stream.
I think if I'm going to be talking about some of the seller's information, I feel more comfortable with that. Sorry.
Sure. Yeah, I was just going over the counter that you guys had sent me, but we can totally discuss at a later time if that's not okay.
Yeah, that'll probably be better. Thanks, Richard.
Okay, talk soon. Bye-bye.
All right, sounds good. Bye.
So your seller wants a 5% interest rate. You can't share that. That's private. Gosh, you're not allowed to tell people that, because if they know that my seller wants 5% interest, what if that happens? Then what? Okay. Well, I only call on my live stream, so I'll send him a voice message. I'm just going to send him a video. Maybe a voice message is better. Well, no, I think a video is better. We'll do a video. What kind of deal you got for me? I have a house with 2.5% interest, and I want to sell. Ooh, see, if you have 2.5% interest, you might have some equity in your deal, but I'd love to take a peek, and I'm actually going to be calling people like that today. My client agreed to the seller financing terms that were emailed previously. That's for Bargus. Who is Bargus?
Hey, Richard, it's me.
You're Bargus?
Mm-hmm.
They want to do a wraparound. They want to do the offer you offered him. We could try to do I don't think it would sell.
Maybe they will pay. You remember sometimes they have no problem paying off the mortgage in closing. You know my point.
That's so rare, dude. I don't know why anybody would do that.
I don't know, but sometimes they are. You had a seller do that before, right?
Yes, it has happened.
Rich?
I'm looking at his text right now. I'll just text with him.
I know, but I was talking about he sent us the spreadsheet for all the properties that he had for seller finance, creative finance, mortgage finance, work like across Tennessee, Florida, Colorado. I sent you a link on the Discord.
Okay.
It has all the loan balance and then how much is bringing in and how much is appraiser for.
I can't go through those now because he's not going to let me call him on the live stream.
Sure. No, I would just if we can get the numbers and so that I can start sending him their offers basically, and then maybe we can go from there.
Oh, okay. I really want to make calls today.
Sure.
Maybe I can do that with you tomorrow.
Sure.
Your agent is saying he sent a mortgage statement.
Did you guys get the drive with the mortgage statement? I sent it to you. I sent it to you yesterday with his photos and everything.
Can you tell me how much the monthly payment is on it? I think it's $1,850, if not more.
It's 1850. It's supposed to be 18, like 1500, 1800, 1600, something like that. But he didn't send it to me. He only sent me the pictures for the property. You didn't. You just sent it. You just sent the photos.
So Jordan, I guess my question would be this: if I get married to somebody and I own a house in a trust, is it illegal to add somebody else onto the ownership of the trust? Because I understand what you're saying with subject to, where you sell a house and that person is no longer on the ownership and title transfers and the mortgage isn't paid off. But that's something that happens hundreds of times per day in the United States. In fact, chances are it's happened in your family and your lineage at some point. It's very common. Here's another scenario where that might happen. If you have a parent that passes away or becomes incompetent, they can give you the controlling interest of their trust to the point where they don't make decisions in the trust anymore. Now, what you're referring to in the Garn-Saint-Germain Act, I've discussed it with my attorney, and there's an owner occupancy requirement. If you add somebody onto your trust and it sort of acts as a sale, they want the owner of the house to be able to stay in that house, and it becomes a problem if we're doing it for investment purposes. However, if the owner leases that portion of the house to you within the trust, you are compliant. How do we know? Well, the guy who does my trust for me, he got sued for the due on sale clause, and it was litigated. And this is exactly how the conversation went. And the due on sale clause didn't actually get called because everything was above board. So I understand what you're saying, but these are complex things, and you really need to consult an attorney about it. So you can add an owner onto a trust as long as that owner leases their portion of the trust to you. They don't actually have to reside within the property. So that's how it goes. But I would say that we could probably bring our attorney onto this stream, and we could likely just ask him every single question you guys have about this. So if you want to do that, we could definitely do that. Is that why no major platform lets you lease them? That is probably the reason. You're right about that. I think that's the reason. The reason that I'm unable to post my properties on Zillow is because they're not apparently they don't believe that we own them. They think that Zillow is under the impression that we don't own them, but it's not about the mortgage thing. It's more so about the property being within the trust. We submit documentation showing that we own the trust that owns the property, and they're just not recognizing it. My game plan for that is to send a letter from my attorney to Zillow, because it is the case that we own the property. But there's nothing preventing you, if you own a house, to add an owner onto the trust as long as you don't leave that trust if there's a mortgage on the property. So yeah, I've never once run into an issue with that. Never once run into an issue with that. In fact, let's take, sorry, man, I'm going to talk to you in a second. I'm going to take a brief moment here. If you want to type out your question, I'll go ahead and ask it to the guy who does our trust here, because it is a very complicated and nuanced thing, and I'm happy to ask your questions to him. You say that every time and he never does. You're right. I did say that last time. He didn't come on last time. I tried to get him on, and he tried to come on and Discord was broken that day. So I'll see if I can get a hold of him now. But I do acknowledge that last time I said that he would come on and he didn't come on. He was supposed to come on and Discord had an entire glitch that day. It just wasn't working. It's going straight to voicemail. That doesn't look good, does it? Let me try his other number. Let's try again. I'll argue your side. If I get a hold of him, I'll argue your side. All right, I'll text him. I'll text him and ask him to come on the stream. We were trying to get you to come on stream a couple weeks ago, but the platform was down. Oh, he says 1 minute. I had a quick question about, you wanted to ask about the Garn Saint Germain Act as it relates to these trust transfers. So he will call. He will call. His name is Jeffrey Hatcher, and his company is Equity One Holding Corp. And honestly, I can probably find contact information for you. So okay, you want an email? Jeff@equityholdingcorp.com. Jeff@equityholdingcorp.com. He's on a call right now. He just texted me. I'll show you this. Check this out. He's on a call right now, but I will go ahead and hop on a phone call with him during this live stream. And if you can craft during that time perhaps your objection, I'll ask it to him. I'm not trying to palm the ball at all. I recognize some of the things you've said have been true. It is true that I said that Jeff would come on last time and he didn't come on. That is true. So if you want to craft your objection for me, please let me know and I will ask it directly to him, because I am not an attorney and a lot of this stuff goes over my head. So this says transferring the home into inter vivos (parentheses living trust) where the borrower remains the beneficiary is the exception. Okay, I don't really know what that means, but if you have a write up for me, I will ask him when he calls me back. So I'll say, no worries, call me back when you can, and we'll ask him. So just form these questions here. And gosh, it would be bad if he didn't call me back on stream, but I want to believe that he will. Anyways, there's a guy who was trying to talk to me. I think it was Kai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came back saying 2058.
Okay, and then he wants to. So there, man, that's just a bad deal. That's just a bad deal. Here's why it's a bad deal. I figured it was higher than 1850 because of taxes and insurance. So he proposed to finance 52,000 at 6% interest. 52,000 at 6% interest. Okay, so the rent is likely to be $2,800, keeping the tenant in place and renting out the other 2 units. The reason for my other offer is that my payment for $52,000 financed at...
Just text her, she's saying that for the seller finance portion, she's flexible on that, by the way. That's what he said.
So the reason for my other offer is that my payment for $52,000 financed at 6% interest is $311 per month, making my monthly obligation. What is my monthly obligation? $2,400 or so? My management company would eat up all the profit. Given the lack of cash flow, I don't see a way to make additional monthly payments to your client. I could offer them a balloon payment way down the line for $52,000, but what did you say was owed? $237?
Mm-hmm.
I'd put an 8-year balloon on that.
238, my bad.
It's a hard deal to make work. So this one's hard. There's no cash flow. So that you understand, this is what the numbers look like. If somebody approached you with this deal, you would not take it. $2,800 will be the rent, whether they like it or not. 20% is going to come off the top of that. That puts it at $2,200. You're paying $24. And if somebody's like, well, I don't think we would be bringing in $2,200, the thing to note is that even if we take 1 month to find those 2 tenants, that's $2,000 off of yearly profit that we did not collect. So it's going to be probably 25% off the top. A lot of investors coach to take 25% off the top of rent. So this is hard. They're like, make me equity payments, but there's not enough cash flow for us to do it. And then also, it doesn't cash flow even with just the mortgage being taken over. So I'll tell him this. So I would keep the guy at 800. It seems less than advantageous to kick somebody out who's been there for 13 years. And then I'm probably looking at $1,000 in rent based on the other units that are listed for rent around here for the other 2. So I'm looking at bringing in 2,800. If it's going to take me a singular month to find those 2 other tenants for 1,000, which it'll take longer than a month, but let's just say it takes me a singular month. That's 8% off the top of the rent per year. Beyond that, I've got 10% coming from my management company, and if anything goes wrong, I'm underwater. So I honestly don't think this one would be something I could do anything with, because you're probably looking at a 20 to 30% expense margin off of the rent. Let's say the rent is higher than I think. Let's just say the rent is $3,000. 20% off the top of $3,000 is $2,400. I pay $2,400 per month on this. So even if I do get $1,100 per side on those, I still break even. So I'll take a look at the other ones, but honestly, I'm now revisiting my other offer, and I'm thinking even that would be hard to make work.
There's another one that he's saying that the seller is motivated. It's only entry fee is only $10K down.
3,200 rent has 20 to 25% expense margins for management, vacancy, and repairs. Even there, I have no cash flow. So it's just a hard deal to make work. I don't know what to do with that one. I'd love to look at the other ones tomorrow, man. I'm really running out of time here. So I'll look at your others tomorrow. We already spoke with Yusuf. Pam, were we going to talk? I feel like we already talked via text about this.
I mean, we have an update. I had one deal I want you to look at, but about that duplex, I'm okay with going forward with it. Like at 125, just our assignment fee is kind of like super small, but I'm still good with going with it.
Yeah. So they won't price drop even though they kind of lied to you?
Yeah, they're super firm, and she's not even addressing it because I kind of told her multiple times. Because like verbal, that's what she told me. It's 1,300. We get there, it's 1,100. Then I told her that happened because she saw that in your guys' group chat with you and like Joseph or whoever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, yeah, that's exactly what they told me, and that's we're having like a communication issue with her that she just didn't acknowledge it, kept saying, just kind of went past it. And then I told her about the price drop, and she's like, no, they're firm here. I asked her, can she drop her commission some? And she still wouldn't even do that, really.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to call Joseph, and I'll see if he can do 127.
Okay. I mean, I'm definitely down with keeping it going because
he's not an attorney, Jordan. Jordan, he's not an attorney. That's the guy who does our trusts. We have a separate attorney who would come on and talk about this sort of stuff. Jeff is not an attorney. Equity One Holding Corp is simply a company that sets up trusts for people.
Please leave your message.
Joseph not available either. Hey, Chris. Who's that? Who's the attorney we talked to a while ago about trusts and sub-2 deals? He's based in Arizona and he's Pace's attorney. What was his name? Sean St. Clair. Okay, thank you. Sean St. Clair. Jordan, look up Sean St. Clair. That's the individual I would bring on if I brought on another individual. But I also want to bring on Jeff because he's been doing this for 25 years. And Jeff has actually been sued for this. He's actually run into the due on sale clause and had it litigated, and it got reverted. Anyways, Joseph's calling me back, Pam. 1 sec. Hey. They're not going to price drop, but we do have it below the price that you want it for. Do you think he can do 127 or is he at 125?
Let me talk with the guy who would be buying it.
Okay.
Because obviously the concern is the roof and the windows that need to be replaced.
Yeah, I think we can get it done. Because we have it below the 125. Okay. So I still think it's doable. Just let me know what he says.
Yeah, you said you got it for 123, right?
Yeah, we have it locked up at 123.5.
Okay. Cool. Well, it's not much, but at least you make a little bit.
Yeah, it's something.
There's another property I want you to take a look at that we're trying to get, I think called Broadway. I'll send it to you later. I assume you're live right now.
Yeah. I can take a look at it though. That's all I'm doing.
Well, I don't have enough details on it, so let me get some details over from my team and I'll reach back out to you with it.
Okay, perfect.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye. So Jordan, what I would do is this. I would book a meeting with Jeff because Jeff has been setting up these trusts for 25 years. And as I said, the due on sale clause has been called. It's just never been enforced. So it's gone to court multiple times. I think he said 3 or 4 times it's gone to court. And you can just book a meeting with him and you can ask him all of these questions. But the attorney that I would bring on is Sean St. Clair. Sean St. Clair out of Arizona. He's also Pace Morby's attorney. But we met with him about this about a year ago. So I can reach out to him and see if he'd come on stream with us. But I know that Jeff would come on stream. And I know that Jeff has been on the other side of the litigation here, meaning that he was the one who was, in theory, going to get in trouble. So I would say that since Jeff has been pressed on this in court before, we can ask him about his experience there. And that does hold some water. But if you're looking for a more definitive answer, I would speak to Sean St. Clair. Sean St. Clair. He's a creative finance attorney. We structured one back in January where the seller had a balloon payment for their seller finance portion, 0% interest. Honestly, man, I would push this out to a couple buyers I have in the area. Maybe they would pick it up and yeah, maybe they would see the rent differently. But I'm looking at all rental figures as having 20 to 25% expense margins. So even at $3,200 for me, it's kind of like another break-even property. And I'm really trying to get rid of every break-even property I have right now. I still have one in San Antonio that's just, it's super annoying. I pay like $2,300 on it and my tenant would pay $1,700, $1,800. And I hate taking down doors like that. So I could push it out on those terms. If we want to do 0% interest seller financing for the remaining amount, maybe somebody would pick it up. But honestly, I'm kind of reevaluating this, knowing that the payment's $2,053 or so. And then we also have to make a payment to the seller on top. Anyways,
Richard, you called me up for Vargas Street. I don't know. He texted you back or something.
Oh, I'll catch you later. Vargas Street. Gosh.
After you're done, just call Chase. They decline $15,000 to $20,000.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll call them. Yeah, Vargas Street. You offered a wraparound. You offered an amount on seller financing terms, which would essentially have us paying the seller pays the mortgage. Yusuf, you can sign your name on that contract and I'll try to dispo it. I've never done one before. In my experience, they're less desirable because you don't get the tax benefits of ownership.
I don't know what does wraparound means actually. I just offered the seller finance actually, but
So
I don't know. I don't know why they are taking that because my monthly payments is actually lower than what they are paying monthly. My monthly payments are $940, and they have to pay $1,025 per month. So.
And what is the rent on it?
$2,400.
And there's like a pretty big gap in between there, like an $80,000 gap.
I don't know how they think, to be honest.
Okay. So here's the problem with the previous offer. My acquisitions manager made it. I just don't think he knew that there was a mortgage on the property. But there's a couple issues. So one, if we do that method of sale, it's called a wraparound, where we just essentially pay your seller pays the loan. I don't get to hold title in that scenario, and not holding title means I can't depreciate the property and I don't get tax benefits from owning the property. The other issue is the amount that we're paying your seller is not as much as the mortgage is. We have no way to know that he is going to make that payment because, in fact, he's not actually receiving enough to make the full payment as he would be if he were renting the property out. So what that means is the bank could just take the property. Like if something happened to him, or if he went through hard times and needed the money, he could just stop paying the mortgage and we could lose the property. So that's kind of the issue with that offer. I totally understand. Super frustrating. He made you that offer. And now I'm saying, yeah, I think it's a little different. It's simply because we found out there's a mortgage on the property. So I would say probably the best I could do is $30,000 to take over the debt on the property. I totally understand that that's not going to be a good fit for him. It's just that I need to get tax benefits and I need to ensure the mortgage is paid each month. That's probably the best that I can do on that, Yusuf. But Yusuf, if you can afford PropStream, can't you?
I'm just focusing on studying. I will absolutely pay for it, but
I would get
for now,
PropStream because, guys, this issue is solely a no PropStream issue. You know, if Yusuf had seen this from the beginning, he could probably have made an offer $30K to take over the debt, and I think that's much more viable. But now they have this other seller finance offer stuck in their head, and the reason Yusuf made that is because he didn't know there was a mortgage on the property. So this is where PropStream becomes important.
Is he trying to do a wrap? Guys, hold on. I'm trying to help you. My bad, bro. I wouldn't interject, but if you're trying to do a wrap, you could get the deed with a wrap. With a land contract, you don't get the deed.
Honestly, Yusuf, you can sign your name on the contract and we can try to sell it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I wouldn't buy it, and I don't have any buyers off the top of my head who would buy it. Gosh, we got a lot of people on stage. I already talked. Pam, we already talked, right?
I just had a deal besides the other one. I got a seller finance deal.
Okay, I'll take a peek at it. Guys, I really wanted to make some calls today. I just don't know if we're going to have time. Lake Point?
Yeah, Lake Point, and he accepted, and everything is accepted, but he wants a promissory note written out before they sign. So he agreed to all the terms that you see there, but he won't sign the contract until we have a promissory note. So I was wondering, like, because I assumed that was like a TC thing.
Yeah, usually the title company or attorney does it, or maybe my TC can do it. I'm not really sure. I would ask I might have AI do it, dude. I might say, hey, right, because I don't know what that looks like. I have no idea what that looks like. I might have AI do it. I might ask the attorney to do it. I might ask Lexi to do it, but I don't know what their perfect idea of a promissory note looks like. I would imagine that that's something that's drawn up in closing.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I'm like, that's a TC thing, and the terms are all there, and yeah, that's the only part they're pushing back on.
Ask if we can put a stipulation in the contract. Why can't we just can we put another stipulation in the contract that outlines what they're wanting us to say?
Yeah, that's kind of what I did too. I put everything he wanted in there that's in the contract, and I told him that the promissory note, it wouldn't be no different from anything that's in the contract. It wouldn't be any alternate or anything like that.
Put it on a separate document with letterhead. Just dude, I would literally just write promissory note and just put it in a separate document and then send it to them. Maybe that'll suffice, or have AI draw it up for you, you know?
Yeah, I'll do that then. But yeah, that's accepted. And yeah, and I'm good with anything we get on the other one. I'm good with it.
Joseph will let us know. He'll let us know.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
All right, talk soon. Bye-bye. Oh, well.
We keep doing it at the same time.
Lamel, what's going on?
Hey, Richard. Thanks for letting me up here. I joined yesterday. I called the realtor yesterday and today, and then he called me back. I text you over the address. Actually, I think it's a good property because it originally is duplex, but the owner that had the property made it into a single family, so it could be separated back into the 2 units. The realtor was just saying, hey, he's willing to draft up an offer. I just needed a better idea of like how much I should put in for the offer.
Absolutely.
I did watch your cash course, and I was just thinking,
Okay.
maybe around 60.
Yeah, let's check it out. So we always want to secure a discount. So we always know it's some amount below list price significantly. I see the house. It looks like this is a single family. I know it says single family, but it does look like a duplex.
It is a duplex.
Yeah.
And that's what yeah.
Interesting. Nice. So you found a rare gem here, a hidden duplex. So what I mean by a hidden duplex is most of these things are advertised as duplexes, but this is advertised as a single family. So nobody's really seen it. Yeah. So probably a big job, probably a really big job. It also has a lot of square footage. So not for me, too scary for me, but for somebody else for sure. Can I share my screen on it?
I mean, I didn't have I was trying to get this wholesale. So what do you think?
It's okay. We'll keep it private. So let me see if I can find this address really quickly here. Property type, single and multi. Price, you're listed at like 100 or below or something like that. Gosh, Zillow, why do you make this so hard?
So this would be better for someone to buy and hold, or like renovate and hold it.
I think it could be a nice flip.
Okay.
There it is. There it is. Okay. So the rehab is probably going to be closer to 70,000. The reason I say so is because your square footage is almost 4,000 square feet. I typically renovate 1,800, 2,000 square foot houses. So at almost 4,000 square feet, much more drywall, much more roof to cover, lots more electrical and plumbing. It's just there's a lot more room for shit to happen. So as a flipper, I actually kind of like to keep my square footage a little smaller so that there's less room for stuff to go wrong. However, other flippers look at that as simply, this will sell for more. This will sell for more. I'm a new flipper and I'm very, very cautious. So I think that we have other people who might be more open to shooting their shot at this deal. I'm thinking that it's going to be a steep low ball. Like I'm thinking it'll probably have to be 40K, but I'm going to comp this thing out to figure out what it might sell for.
Okay.
So I'm going to draw around the area right here. And I'll show you one that I'm really interested in because I made an offer on a flip yesterday in Detroit. And I'm walking that property tomorrow, and it's perfect. It's everything that I'd be looking for. And I'm very excited to get my offer accepted if I do. So 85,000, 6'2", 3828 square feet. So let's go ahead and look for some multifamily. 85,000, 6'2", almost 4,000 square feet. Sold in the past 12 months. Price high to low. Okay. So here's a 6'2" with 2,900 square feet, fully renovated, that went for 305,000. Yeah, so somebody would do this. Here's another one for 250, 6'2", sold in August, 4,050 square feet, about 200 more than you have. Here's another one, 247. So your ARV is well into the 200s, and multiple comps illustrate that. And maybe at some point I'd be willing to take that on. I'm just scared of it right now because what I've been told about flipping duplexes is retail buyers don't really want it, and investors aren't going to buy it if it's below a 20% cash on cash return. These guys buying duplexes for $250,000, they've got a low cash on cash return. Their mortgage on 250 is probably like maybe $1,500 or $1,700 even per month. I would say $1,500 with taxes and insurance. And these things are probably going to rent for still only $1,300, $1,400 aside. So they're bringing in probably $2,200 and they're probably paying $1,650 per month. So I just think, wow, what a poor use of $60,000 to only make $100 per month. And I don't know why they would buy it. And then retail buyers are more inclined to buy houses. So I think somebody else would risk it for the biscuit for this one, not me. And I think the price that you should get it at, given a $70,000 rehab and the days on market, is likely 40K. I would offer 40 on this. It's a scary project, so we would need a deep discount.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Now let me show you the one that I think is a lot more feasible, just so you know what I am interested in. Now, this is not very findable. There's only like 1 or 2 of these on the market at any given time. So it's not very findable, but you can also find me single family that's looking like this. So I found this thing yesterday. They want $74,000. They just did a price cut, and let's look at it. So we've got some sort of work to do here. That's sagging. But what I do see that I like, brand new windows. Really nice to see brand new windows. As I go through the interior of the property, we're refinishing the floors, we're scraping the popcorn ceilings, maybe we're doing some paint but gosh, I mean, just not that much. Not that much. I'm thinking maybe only 25, 30 into this thing, and it's perfect. I'm thinking it would be really perfect for 25, 30. I mean, it's already damn near livable right now. And I know that my buyers would be willing to pay about 150,000 or 145,000 for this as a 4-2. So I'd offer 60 on this. Maybe I put in 30. Maybe I sell it for 145.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah. So I love a project like this. And my business partner, Chris, found a stellar single family yesterday that's kind of the equivalent of this. But yeah, look for it can be worse. It can be worse than that, dude. It can be a lot worse than that. Just I mean, I'll show you how bad I would consider. I'll show you what the worst I would consider is. Just because I wouldn't do it doesn't mean somebody else wouldn't do it. So let's put in a price point of like 70,000 and let's look at some deals. So is this too far? This is too far gone. So I wouldn't do this. Maybe somebody else would. I wouldn't touch this. I'm scared of that. I bet other people, I know other people do. I know they handle stuff like that, not me. Where's the absolute minimum? Yeah, I wouldn't touch that either. The wood is rotting in the house. The windows are completely destroyed. This looks like maybe this says condemned to be torn down. Looks like the house is open to the air. Also a total no-go for me. And we'll look at single family too, because single families, we can find some in here that would be okay. So look at this guy right here. Let's see. Perfect. Perfect. Great. Yeah, I love a rehab like that, man. That's great for me. Nice gross bathtub, gross walls. Yeah. So love this. Let's see if there's anything else, because it can get worse than that. It can get worse than that. So let's see this guy. Looking like similar condition. Slightly better condition. But yeah, a little bit worse than the last one. It can get a little bit worse than that. One more here. That's just fine. I think one of the reasons I'm afraid of it is the square footage. It's huge. It's just a huge property. So I think that would be okay at the right discount. I might take that on at the right discount. It needs a new roof. It probably needs new windows. And because it's so big, the windows are going to be really expensive because there's a ton of them. Surprisingly, windows are super pricey. Is this on the line of, no, I can't see the inside. Is this on the line? No, this is okay. So this is totally okay. Damn near a Section 8 rental, probably still needing a little bit of work though. Anyways, wow, actually, we had this under contract with a student some time ago, but it fell through during inspection because of how much work it needed. It needed probably like $25,000 worth of work. It just isn't super obvious. Anyways, those are sort of what I'd be looking for.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Appreciate
Talk soon. Bye-bye. So how much on average per window? I don't know what the cost of a window is, but I know that my contractor charges me anywhere from like $6,000 to $9,000 to do brand new windows for an entire house. Last question, then I really want to call some mobile home parks. I got an email about one today that I want to call. And then when I'm done making calls, I'll probably take more questions. But we have another guy here. It won't show me his username, but we spoke yesterday.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, it's Angel.
Hey, Angel. What's up, man?
Yesterday you were saying that you wanted to make a call on the property I showed you. It's still in our DMs.
Yeah. Let's see what we have. Oh, interesting deal, right? The location and the rehab. So nobody's
Yep.
flipping here. It's not good enough condition for us to rent it out. It'll probably need a bit of a rehab. And I don't know if nobody is flipping. We'll see. Let me just see if anybody's flipping here. Okay, so looking at your deal, very, very small area. Looks like they want 109,000. It's a 2-2, 1,400 square feet. So if I were an investor, I would just want to see, hey, is there another 1,400 square foot 2-2 that's sold around here? Actually, there is. Price high to low. Yeah, there's this one that sold for 285. No photos of the interior. I'll see if it got renovated. I feel like it was just a retail sale. So we do have one comp here. Photos. Unrenovated. Just decent condition. And it's yeah. That's not there's a comp that sold for 285, but it's not a flip. So as an investor, you don't want to be the first one to test the water. You know what I mean by that? You don't want to be the first person to flip a house in the area. And if we look at the rentals in the area, there's one rental in the entire area, and it's not even a house, it's a mobile home. So honestly, man, one of my least favorite things to do is to call somebody, say I can make something happen, and then cancel the contract. I feel bad for you because that gives you a terrible impression of the business, and I also just feel like, wow, I probably shouldn't be doing that anymore. You know?
No, not at all. I am looking for these kinds of things. That's something that I didn't know that I know now. So it's just more filters that I can apply.
Yeah. Ultimately, at the end of the day, this is the issue right here. No rentals in the area, and while there are sales in the area, if we put in a past 12-month filter, none of them appear to be purchased by investors, and an investor would be scared to be the first flip in the area. So, yeah,
How do you tell if they're from investors?
that's a good question. You can tell by the finishes. So I can tell that a family owned this house, not an investor, or an investor that rented out the property. So the items in here, in the renovation, it looks like it looks like it's been in this condition for a while. So maybe an investor who rented the property, owned this property, but it's definitely not a flip. So when I say investor, I guess I'm referring to flip. But a flip is super obvious. You can tell a flip even before you look at the photos, just because the outside will have professional photography on it. So we could look at a couple of cheap houses in Jacksonville, which probably, if I were you, I'd look over there. But let me put in a price filter of 250,000, and we can tell exactly which ones are flip and which ones are not. So this one could go either way. The photo doesn't look super nice. This guy, blue doors are kind of a sign of a flip, and you see that piece of wood? That's a new piece of wood. I feel like it could be a flip. That's a flip. How do we know? Look at the floors, brand new LVP, brand new gray paint, brand new kitchen. And if we wanted to further solidify whether it was a flip, what we can do is we can put it into PropStream, and PropStream will tell us who owns it. And it's currently owned by Rosmelly Lara LLC. So it's owned by a limited liability company, which likely acquired it at a discount, put some money into it, and then threw it on the market. And now they're under contract with a retail buyer. LVP is a type of cheap flooring for investors, Chase. Anyways, look in Jacksonville, dude. Look in Jacksonville if you want to do Florida.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's where I was looking. I just am still getting adjusted to what is a good deal and what's not. I was just running plain numbers, and that's what I saw.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot more experience. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, I'm going to make some calls. There's a mobile home park I'm interested in. I'll share my screen on it. It's not that I'd like to buy it, but I do think it could be a good deal. So I actually saw that they are open to seller financing. So this is a mobile home park in Oregon. We have a mobile home park buyer in Oregon who's a group leader in the community. I saw this thing and I thought, wow, this would be right up his alley, and he's open to seller finance. So before I call the mobile home park, I'm going to call my buyer and I'd ask him, I'd say, hey, what do you think of this? So let's give him a call and see what he's interested, see what he thinks about this.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. There's a $2 million mobile home park in Coos Bay, Oregon. It's 41 units with 38 tenant-owned homes, and they're open to seller financing, asking 30% down. I'm obviously going to lowball them as steep as I can to see if we can get that below. But I wanted to see if the numbers support it. What percentage is the most that you'd put down on seller finance for a mobile home park?
Well, little as possible is what I like to do.
Right, right. So is that 5%? Is that 10%? Is that 20%?
Yeah, no more than 10.
No more than 10. Okay. All right.
For that small of a park, it should be more than reasonable for 2 mil.
Okay. All right. All right. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. Okay.
Talk soon. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping he'd say 20 because it is a big jump to get a buyer to go from 30 to 10. I will shoot my shot though. I will shoot my shot and I'll make some more calls. I'm largely going to see if I could pull a creative finance deal. I'm trying to purchase 20 acres in Northern California and we need a lender. I would go to Kiavi.com. I don't have a lender for land. I don't do a lot of land stuff. Hey, I'll be right back. Quick bathroom break. Give me 30 seconds. And then I'm going to call this mobile home park. And then I'm going to use lightning leads to see if I can pull a mortgage takeover just because there's so many. I'm going to try on market and I'm going to try off market as well. All right. Let's see if I can turn this day around. I guess we already got a deal earlier today. What did I get earlier today? Oh, yeah. Bro let me wholesale his house. Okay. And then text Andrew. Did you have a seller you wanted me to call?
Okay, send.
Okay. So I'm going to start with this mobile home park. Oh, I need to sign into my Crexy account. What? There we go. How long does it take to learn contracting? I'm in the course. I am not a contractor. I teach acquisitions for creative finance and cheap cash deals. How long would it take you to get a deal? Most people never get deals. I would say that if you are competent, you can get a deal. But it's so hard to say. It's so hard to say. But sometimes I talk to people and I hear in their voice that they're never going to get a deal. And that's really hard to say. But we can't communicate unprofessionally. You have to communicate as a professional individual. And if it's like, we're not going to do impersonations today. That's not what we're going to do. But there's just a number of ways that people could come off unprofessionally. And if that's how you come across, it's going to be really hard to do a deal. I also have a very small amount of people who show up to the live streams each day. It's usually like 1% of the community that shows up to the live streams. So most people don't get deals. I'll be very transparent about that. But at the same time, one of our top performers in the community right now is a guy named Yusuf. Yusuf is a 21-year-old living in Egypt who does this at nighttime. So he calls in Egypt at night so that it's daytime in the United States. He closed $25,000 in assignments the past month. He's about like, I don't know, 6 to 8 months into this. We got Jesimar, who's abroad right now after closing a $70,000 deal. Kira, who's approaching 100K in her first year. So, you know, we had a 12-year-old do a deal. Anson's probably done about $100,000 in assignment fees by now. I've personally seen him do a $48,000 one. So it's possible and it's doable, but most people don't get deals. But if you dedicate yourself to something, you can always learn a new skill. Who should I call, Dimitri or Jennifer? I'm going to call Jennifer. She looks nicer than Dimitri. Well, does she? I don't know. Dimitri looks like a nicer guy. I'm going to call Dimitri. I don't know. I kind of like Dimitri's smile. Jennifer's smile looks like she's forcing that smile. Dimitri looks like he's genuinely happy to be there. All right, Dimitri, what you got? Newport Beach. Okay, big baller.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail of Dmitry Petrov with CRI.
All right, Jennifer, we'll give you a call. Where can I find the course? Hold My Hand Wholesale is linked in my bio if you'd like to join. What if I can find a deal, communicate professionally, but don't have access to buyers? We sell your deals for you. Guys, we sell your deals for you and Hold My Hand Wholesale.
You've reached the voicemail of Jennifer Stein. Please leave a message and I will call you back.
Okay. Jennifer does sound pretty serious, doesn't she? Let's text both of them. I'm interested in your mobile home park on F Street. I got your marketing email about seller financing. I have $250,000 that I could put down on this now. If your seller would entertain a lower down payment, I'd love to talk numbers on this. Okay. So let's put that in the system. And when I say system, I literally just mean a Google Sheet. There's no system. I try to do this as rudimentary as I possibly can in front of you guys to know that you don't need to have all these systems to make it happen. Like, I don't want to have like this crazy CRM. Sure, my company does, but I just run a tiny little wholesale operation myself. I do like 3 to 5 deals a month. I think I've probably got like 20, 25 in closing right now. I lost 20. I lost $20,000 of my deals in closing. I had a deal in Texas and I had a deal in Connecticut, and neither of those closed. So I unfortunately had to terminate them. But I got my EMD back on one of them. So I just texted them. I guess I'll send them some proof of funds. Bear with me for just a sec, guys. I'm going to make some calls. Just the beginning. Also, computer's about to die. What CRM do you use? My team uses Monday. I don't use a CRM to track my leads. I use a Google Sheet. I was just saying that I try to do this in the most rudimentary fashion possible so that y'all know you don't need all of these special things like dialers or pulling lists or skip tracing, right? I literally just use my cell phone and my laptop. Okay. So I'm getting my proof of funds over to the agent for that offer. And then let me plug in my computer. It's about to die. All right. I'm going to select mortgage takeover deals to call today. Can I still pay you for wholesaling course? Guys, it's classes. It's classes. I hate referring to it as a course. We do classes, daily classes. He wants to do a mortgage takeover. Okay. Cleveland, Ohio, 200K property, 100K loan, 3% rate. Website submission. He wants to do a mortgage takeover. Wow. Okay, I think we got our first call for mortgage takeover today. Let me call my assistant here to figure out. When I say assistant, I literally just mean my editor who looks at my DMs. How do you set up the spreadsheet? The spreadsheet has 4. Hey, that's insane. If we can get that deal, dude, we'll make a lot of money.
No, for sure. I don't know. I don't think he wants. I don't know what kind of down payment he wants. That's my only thing. That's why I said I don't know if it'll be a good deal.
Oh, well, if he wants to work with me, I'm sure he understands where our down payments normally come in.
Yeah, I gotcha. Do you want me to give you his phone number? He actually just texted me like 10 minutes ago.
Yes, please. I'd love that.
All right, cool. I'm going to do that right now.
Talk soon. Bye-bye. Yeah. Purchase your monthly plan. For whatever reason, it keeps trying to charge me and it's not allowing me to access through the first charge. Okay, I'll give you the customer support number. This is going to be, go here. This is WHOP.com. WHOP.com can help you out, okay? But you can also, well, just talk to these guys. So take a screenshot of this. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to take a screenshot. Okay, hopefully you got that. Just in case you need any support with joining. I don't know why WAP does the things that they do, but sometimes they're like that. Let me know if that doesn't fix it, and I can put you in a group chat with somebody who can help. But hopefully that works. They have an AI assistant, but you can escalate that to a real individual. Anyways, Andrew's going to give me his phone number. I'm going to call this guy, and let's line up some other calls in the meantime. Oh, here's the deal. Beautiful house. I want to pay the 20 or 80 a month to find properties elsewhere. What do you mean 80 a month? We don't offer something for 80 a month. Hold My Hand Wholesale is $19.99 per month. I do not have anything for 80. Okay, so looks like we have an immaculately turnkey house in Cleveland, Ohio. Gosh, I would buy something this nice. Seller has a mortgage of $100,000 at 3% interest on it, and he's expressed interest in us taking over that mortgage and financing the remaining amount. Only problem is he's got a lot of equity. So the question is, can we get him to let us finance his equity, or do we have to pay it up front? If we have to pay it up front, we can't make it work unless we do a cash offer. Good news is $2,100 is the rent, and bro only has monthly payments of, I want to say, $1,000. So tax information, he pays $2,782 in taxes, $2,782 divided by 12, $231 per month in taxes. His insurance, probably another $100. So he pays $331 plus his mortgage balance, or his mortgage of $624. Yeah, so just shy of $1,000. He pays $966, $2,100 is the rent. My ideal structure would be 200,000, $20,000 down, and $250 per month in payments on top of that. And I would do that for 6 years, at which point I would offer him a balloon payment for the remaining amount. Now, I don't know if he will be open to that, but I'm going to give him a call now. Yep, mortgage $968 per month. Wow, we were very close. I said $956 per month, $968.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Richard Taylor. This is in Cleveland, Ohio. The seller wants me to buy/wholesale his property.
Thanks. Please stay on the line.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing really well. I got your you were talking to my assistant. That was my guy Andrew. He was just sort of vetting the lead to see if it was something we could talk to here, but it looks
Gotcha.
phenomenal. This is a great property. What are your hopes and goals for it?
So I'm closing on a new property, new primary residence here shortly. So just kind of feeling out offers and, you know, seeing what would be easy not to have to deal with
Great.
an agent and all that.
Absolutely. It's important to note that I sell to investors. So listing on market with a realtor is the highest and best amount, as you're going to be looking at people who want to live in your property. So I can definitely make you an offer, but I do want to acknowledge that you're likely going to get more if you list this on market with a realtor.
Right.
Now, this is a quicker process, so we can get it done quickly. Were you wanting to more so sell this outright? I saw you had mentioned your interest rate in your chat with my partner here. Were you thinking about creative finance or just a lump sum for this?
Yeah, creative finance would be fine. I know that kind of boosts the price a bit for you guys.
Yeah.
On what you can do when there's, you know, that 3%.
Definitely. Is there, so Andrew was telling me that there's about $100K mortgage, public record showing 133. Is it actually that 100?
132. I sent him the mortgage statement.
Okay, yeah. I thought it would be around there. So I guess the offer would kind of look like this. I would offer you likely $20,000 down on your $133,000 mortgage, so just about 10% of the purchase price. I'd offer you above market value at $215,000. And we would simply finance the remaining amount. So I think the trade-off here is if you listed this on market with a realtor, perhaps you get an offer of $190,000 after being listed at 200. The realtor takes 6% and you walk with 178. You owe 133, you said. So you would be walking away with $45,000 in your pocket if you listed on market with a realtor, maybe in a couple months. Whereas here you're walking away with $20,000, but you're getting a higher price on the back end. So it kind of depends what you're looking for here.
Yeah. So you're 215.
Yeah, I'd pay a bit over market value for this if we could do creative finance.
Okay. I think I'd probably want the down payment a little bit higher if that's possible.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Like probably like 30.
Probably like 30. Okay.
That might do it. That just helps me kind of recoup where I'm at after, you know, sinking funds into this next house.
Right. I'll tell you what, I'd get to the 30, but I'd do it in closing costs. I'll give you 25 down and I'll cover all of the costs on both sides to close, so that you truly net 25. If I'm in it for 25, I'm probably paying about $32,000 total entry.
Yeah. I'm looking at all the closing costs that I'm dealing with right now. I get it.
Yeah. So I'd probably be stuck on the 25 plus closing. It is a 32 entry for me there. And then we would make you monthly payments on top of that. So I'd probably finance the remaining equity I have with you over a 7-year period of time. And we would just pay you out of the rent that we get for the property. So what do you think? $2,200 for rent on this?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Okay. Yeah. And the mortgage is costing you $968 per month.
Yep. Yeah. $968.90.
Okay. So total offers looking like this: $215,000, 7-year term. We're looking at 132 or 133 on the mortgage taken over, whatever that is. And we're looking at a $25K down payment plus closing costs. On top of your mortgage, I'd also pay you $300 per month in cash flow, so that we could pay down the debt that we owe you and refinance you out on the 7th year. You are not leaving money on the table, but you can access more money faster with a realtor.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's the important thing to consider. I find that if I'm upfront with you about it, I'm more likely to get a deal than just say, oh no, well the market wouldn't allow you to sell because of this and this. It's a beautiful house, man. It would sell quick.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know Cleveland. It's not.
Oh yeah.
You know. So we're looking at another 25 over 7 years, essentially, and then a lump sum of, where would we be then? And then essentially a lump sum in 7 years of 32.8, I think.
Yeah, that would be about it. And that would be paid via refinance. So I'd just get another loan to cover that amount. And then you just get that so that we don't have to sell the property and we don't really have to there's no planning involved in getting you that money. It's just a call to the bank.
Yeah. And you might not even do it for 7 years. If rates go low again, you'll just.
Yeah. If we can get really good rates again, gosh, I mean, that would be insane.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens with that. The Hannah virus would need to get a little crazy, I think.
Yeah, interesting. That I'm afraid to speak on that. It's so new and I know so little about it. It's something, and hopefully it's not much.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I got something that I'm working on next week that if it all goes through, certainly.
What do you have going on?
That deal. I'm working on kind of closing my own deal that will alleviate some cash flow. So.
Oh, nice. Are you selling or acquiring?
This is it has nothing to do with real estate.
Got it.
Buy into a business. So.
Really cool. Do you use creative finance to buy those, or do you just get like a loan or pay cash?
It's I don't know what kind of financing I would call it. That's like basically PE-backed financing. So
interesting. Well, hey, if we can come to a deal on this, that would be great. If not, you've definitely got a sale with a realtor.
Cool, man. Yeah. I guess next week when I hear back, how do you want me to?
I'll save you to my contacts, and I just save your address and name, and it'll look like the address and your name is calling me, and I'll remember that we had a call on this.
Sounds good, dude.
Perfect. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Appreciate it, Richard. Talk later.
This person says, I'm not even selling a home, and I'm selling it to you now. Bro knows his numbers. How do we speak? Well, if you'd like to sell me your house, I have a link in my bio. That's how this guy got in contact with us. You simply submit it to my bio. Richard wants it. I think it's called like have Richard make an offer on your house or sell your house to me or something. But yeah, you can submit the house to the link in my bio. And yeah, we can make you an offer and have a conversation like that. That's probably the fastest way to talk to me. Tell me you want to sell your house. I'll hop on the phone with you right away. Feel free to call me. I have some great creative finance houses available. And then there's your phone number. Karina, realtor, wholesaler, owner. Riddle me that and I will call you. Realtor, wholesaler, owner. She says, feel free to call. I have some great creative. Guys, go look at my Instagram chat. This is wild. Do I mute his account? I don't want to block you. I mean, how about we just mute it? I don't know. Would you? Yeah, I'm hoping we're not gonna keep doing that. But I don't want to block you, man. I hate blocking people. But maybe if you just like didn't do that, that would be nice. Okay. Not a realtor, both of the others. Okay, so you're a wholesaler and you're an owner. Corinna, are these wholesale deals or are these houses that you're selling that you own? Because for wholesale deals, I really prefer that you show me in your Discord. But if you're the owner, I'm happy to have a conversation with you. So I will look at these likely in my Discord if they're wholesale deals. But if you're the owner of the property, I'm happy to give you a call and we can negotiate right now. Anyways, I'm gonna make some calls of my own now. But you let me know. You let me know, and then we'll talk. So let's see if we can pull some stuff from scratch here. I'm going to go to lightning leads and I'm going to look for an obscure city and I'm going to offer to take over some debt here. And when I say obscure city, I'm probably just looking for, well, you know what I could do? Maybe I can make cash offers and mortgage takeover offers. Maybe I could do it in Detroit, and maybe what I could do is I could target people with middle equity where we could kind of take over the mortgage and make a cash offer. But I'm kind of torn between doing this in Detroit because it is kind of late and potentially calling in another market like Denver or Aurora. Aurora, Colorado, it's still early. Aurora, Colorado. And then deal type, maybe we can look at mortgage take. That's the investor view. Hold on, that's not what we're looking for. This is the view we're looking for. So let's do Aurora, Colorado. Let's do mortgage takeover, and let's just see if there's anything low equity here with a good interest rate. Yeah, there is, but this is a 6% rate, 7% rate, 6%, 3.92. It is a 2-1. And it does negatively cash flow. I feel like that would have been a deal if it were a 3-1. That's really hard. 5% rate, 6% rate, 6% rate, 6% rate, 5% rate. Let's try for Denver. Denver, Colorado. Do we have an interest rate low to high filter? Interest rate low to high. 4%, 2.65. But what is that? A condo? Yeah, it's a condo. Huh. Okay. 2-1, 2-2. Oh, wait, that's pretty good though. That's a real solid house, 2.65% interest rate, but they owe way below that.
Yo, Richard, I don't think you're sharing your screen, bro.
Oh, shoot. That's less than ideal. Sorry about that, guys. Huh. The equity on these 2% rates is just too high. They hardly exist anymore, guys. Look at this. 2% rate. They owe 302. They're asking 455. I can't bridge that gap with a down payment. It's very unlikely. So it's super unlikely to get any of these deals under contract. I don't even think it's worth calling here. But if you were to find a house that was $300K, maybe 2 to 3% interest, and you could get that for realtor commission only because they're low enough equity, that's good. That's good. It is late in Detroit. Where else could I call? Where else would be good? Central time in Texas. Maybe we could find a multifamily in Dallas. Take over the debt on a multifamily in Dallas, maybe. Let's look for Dallas, Texas, multifamily mortgage takeover search. Okay. This guy owes asking 625, owes 411. 415 at 416 actually. That's not bad. He'd only be financing 100K to us. 6% rate, 5% rate. Let's sort by rate low to high, or maybe equity low to high. We'll do equity low to high here and see what we can find. So equity low to high. These are all multifamilies in Dallas metro area, and I'm looking for somebody who might let me take over their mortgage, like you. What is this? 16-unit portfolio of condos. That might be a little too big for me. I don't know if I know anybody who can drop money like that. Hey, that's not bad. And they've got a 3% interest rate. Look at this thing. Nice. Okay, so here's a quadplex asking 580. Debt 428. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. I'm going to confirm their mortgage. So I like what I'm looking at here, guys. It's been sitting on market for 200 days. So they've probably been hit with this offer before, or maybe they haven't, as it's kind of a rare property to do this on. So let's look up the address. Oh, are these condos? Shit. Is this a condo? Multi-unit income property in Dallas. Income producing, located in the high demand area, 2-story townhouse. Got it. Tenants already in place. Okay. So guys, here's my game plan on this. Oh, well, how much is the mortgage costing? PITI is $3,500. What do you think these rent out for? $1,500 per? 15 is 3,000, 6,000. I bet it brings in $6,000. I feel like it brings in $6,000. They pay $3,500 or so on their mortgage per month. There's some pretty good cash flow in there. And I think we could likely take over this 428 for maybe a high down payment of $65K. That would get us all the way to just about 500,000. 72 to get to 500. Oof. 72 to get to 500. And then they're financing 80 with us. I probably wouldn't put down 72 on this, guys. I might put down maybe I'll put down 65. 428 plus 65. 428 plus 65 is 493, and they finance 87K to us. That's not the worst thing in the world, right? They're only leaving 87K on the table, and I can probably make them substantial monthly payments, and I could probably bring that down payment up to 70. The reason I think I could bring it up to 70 is because if we're bringing in 6,000 and we're fully occupied, so I only take 10% off the top, and we subtract our monthly payment here of $3,572, we could probably pay them $500 plus per month towards their 80K in equity, which is an appropriate payment for 80K. So I like this deal. I think it makes a lot of sense. Take over the debt, finance the rest. Let's find out if they're open to it.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Richard, buyer, Rothington Road.
Thanks, buyer. Please stay on the line. I'm sorry, this person is not available. If you would like to leave an additional message, please reply after the tone.
Hey, I'm interested in the house you have on Rothington Road. I'm going to go ahead and send you a voice text. Let me know what your client is interested in doing. Blue phone number. I saw the quadplex on Rothington. I'm interested. Is it available? Okay. So I said, I saw the quadplex on Rothington. I'm interested. Is it available? I have an offer for it, assuming the rent is around $6,000 per month. And then the only thing I'm going to do is I will put this into my little tracker sheet. Okay. So we'll see if he gets back to me. I'm going to grab his name. Or not the name, actually. I'm going to grab his address. Edit. How do I create new contact? 800-8001. Okay, let's try that again. See if there's anything else that I'm interested in calling on. And I'll kind of talk you through why I'm interested. So whenever I see new constructions like this, not interested. Not interested. They have short-term financing. When I see something like this, interested. Why am I interested in this? It's a quadplex. They have a mortgage costing them $4,697. And who knows? Maybe they get as much as $1,500 per month here, since it's, well, it is Duncanville, Texas, and I don't really know what that is, but we'll call on this. Here's my game plan here. My game plan is you owe 416. You're asking 625. There's a 200K gap in there, and I could probably put down as much as 60,000, and maybe they'd finance the rest to us. So let's see. It's not my favorite, but it's doable. The reason I'd say it's not my favorite is I'm afraid of the monthly payment. They pay $4,700. What do you mean they pay $4,700? Why would they ever pay $4,700? They wouldn't pay $4,700. It wouldn't be the case. Unless taxes are just absurd. So taxes here are, oh my God, they're absurd. Oh my God, they're over $1,000 a month. Guys, they pay $1,200 a month in taxes alone. Their P&I is as much as their T&I, which is super uncommon. I don't think that one's a deal. I'm going to go to a new area. Let's try Tyler, Texas. I have a house in Tyler, Texas. Sometimes it helps when I own there. Okay, Tyler, Texas. Okay. Are these multifamilies? Looks like these are multifamilies. Okay, so let's look at this one. Duplex. Cool. Okay, $340,000 duplex coming up on 3 months on market. They owe $248,000. They have a 3.7% interest rate. Beautiful. The duplex is immaculate. I would buy this. I would take title on this. So I wouldn't even wholesale this. I would take title. This thing is perfect. They've got to be using it as an Airbnb. But who goes to Tyler? It's perfect. They want 340. They owe 248. There's a 90K gap. I could give them $40,000 down. Great. Let's see if they're open to that. I'm gonna put his phone number into PropStream because I'm not seeing a phone number. Well, maybe Buybox has one for me. Agent info. Yeah, I don't see anything there. That's okay. We'll go ahead and call. But do you guys see the value in this? Do you guys understand? If he owes 248 and he's asking 340, there's only about a 92K gap in between there. I could get them 40,000 down, meaning that it's a 52K gap that we're financing. So I'm simply asking somebody to finance 52,000 after they've sat on the market for 78 days. It's not that big of a stretch. Fully rented and currently grossing over $31,000 per year. So 31,440 divided by 12. They bring in $2,600 per month. Their monthly obligation is, oh no. That really hurts. Oh no. They pay about 2,000 and it's bringing in 2,600 and I have to finance 90. There's nothing to be done. Unfortunately, there's nothing to be done. It makes sense to me. It won't make sense to them. Or vice versa. It makes sense to them. It doesn't make sense to me. So I feel like they might let me finance the $80,000 that we haven't given them. However, there's no room to finance it. Their PITI is 2,000 and they're bringing in $2,600. When you look at 2,600, you need to take 20% off the top for expenses. So really they're bringing in $2,100. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Looking at this other one here, they're paying 3,000 and how much do you rent out for, bruh? It's a duplex. I feel like they only rent out for probably 3,000. I don't feel like they're cash flowing. So we need if we're gonna do this, it needs to be a bigger property. Let's go to oh, it's gonna be late in Milwaukee. Damn. What other Texas area could we go? There's also Austin. Austin's competitive though. Austin, Texas. Which city in Texas has the most multifamily properties? Dallas, Fort Worth. We already looked in Dallas. Damn. Maybe there's an outskirt of Dallas. Where is Dallas? Dallas. Okay, maybe we look at Arlington. Arlington, Texas. Search. Nothing in Arlington. Let's look in Plano. Plano, Texas. Nothing in Plano. Damn. But I honestly think you guys are lying to me. I bet there are properties in Plano. Let's try PropStream. Oh, okay. Maybe not. Maybe it's not lying to me. All right. Never mind. We haven't really looked in. Oh, San Antonio. San Antonio. San Antonio. How could I forget? There's a lot of deals in San Antonio. Okay. Yeah. And here's a perfect one. I'm afraid of their monthly payment. It's a 4-4, meaning it's probably only a duplex. They're paying $3,300. Do we really think a duplex is renting out here for? It would have to be over 2,000 a side, and that just it wouldn't make sense. I'd probably want this to be larger properties like this. Yeah, so this is 6-6. 6-6. 6 units. So 6 units. Units income 29,511. Ooh. Only 4 occupied. Oh, 4 occupied. So 29,511. That per month divided by 4, each person is paying $600 per month on average. Okay, so if we can get $600 per month on average, damn, how much are we? 600 times. That's 3,600. They pay 3,000. It brings in 36 full occupancy. They pay 3,000. There's no cash flow. These guys pay 1,700, and the balance is close. The balance is close. Look at this. Welcome to your investment opportunity in Highland, fully occupied and recently rehabbed property. Fantastic choice for investors. Okay. Cool. So this guy has a monthly payment of 1,800, and I know that it brings in more than 1,800. I feel like this thing brings in, is it a triplex or a duplex? 3 units. It's 3 units. I bet it brings in, what do you think, 800 per side? Maybe more than that. And we could just take this over, no financing needed, and it's got a 3% rate. I like this one. This one makes the most sense to me out of all of them so far. Here's why. This one makes the most sense to me out of all of them so far. 3 months on market, 3 units. Each unit probably rents out for, well, I do need to figure that out really quickly. So before I tell you why I like it, I need to figure out what that would rent for. Property type, multifamily, $295. There it is. So what would you guys rent for? If we click for rent, looks like rent here. There's a 2-1 apartment for $1,150. They probably get 1,000. I bet they get 1,000, or it could get 1,000. What's the cheapest rent in the area? $950 for a 1-1. Yeah, you get 1,000. Okay, so they get $1,000. So probably $3,000 coming in, $1,800 comes out. They owe $244. They're asking $295. I could give them 30, maybe even 35K to take over their mortgage there, and it would still cash flow well. Call it 30K, but that's a $274,000 offer. They want $295. That's only 20K below their asking price. I think they'd take 20K below asking after 85 days. The seller's expectations are aligning with mine. Calling. I'll try for maybe like 2 or 3 more calls.
Thank you for calling Real. Please note that for quality assurance. How may I help you?
Hi, I was looking for the listing agent of Shalee Avenue. Did I reach the brokerage instead?
Yes, this is Real LLC. We can forward a message for a call back if you'd like.
No worries, no worries. I see the cell phone right here. I'll just give them a ring.
Sure.
Thank you. Bye-bye. I hate when that happens. Come on. How about we talk to the realtor? Okay. Shalee Avenue. Agent's phone number. Let me just make sure that's not the same person I just called here. Oh, shit. That's totally the same person I just called. Okay, let's see. And if not, I'll email him an offer. Calling.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to
I'll send him a text and an email. I'm interested in Shalee Ave in San Antonio. I own 9711 Chelsea Circle in Selma. I just sold my other rental 15011 Masquette in San Antonio, and I'd like to 1031 my proceeds into this property. Is it available? Question mark. And we'll go ahead and send that. And then I'm actually going to send him an email too, because Yusuf has been having great success with emails, and I think we can too. But honestly, we should talk. Yeah, I'm probably just going to talk to him. He can text me back if he wants to talk. So we'll say perfect mortgage takeover. Okay, I might make one more creative finance call, or should I do a flip? Should I do a flip or a creative finance? I kind of wanted to look for a flip for my business partner, Chris. He said he'd pay me an assignment fee. Waiting for our call. Jose, I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with what our call is. I don't have you in my reminders to bring you up. Flip? Okay, everybody's doing a flip. Everybody's saying flip. I might take some questions after that. So I'll look for a flip really quick. Let's see what I can find. Okay. So we were looking in this area yesterday. That guy looks nice. Look at this thing. Character. Not a terrible interior. 3-1, 1450 square feet, offered for $67,000. Okay. It's been sitting for some time. So I might have just stumbled across something. Maybe just the first house I found is a good flip. So I want to go from for sale to sold, and I want to look for other brick 2 stories with 1450 square feet sold in this area. So sold. Brick 2-story, 1450 square feet. This one for 190. That went for 190. I got to see their finishes if you got 190. They want 65. This guy went for 190 after renovation. Interior appears to be solidly millennial gray. Not even that stellar of a rehab. A good rehab. A nice rehab, but just gray. Gray and black and white. Gray, black, white. LED lights. It looks clean. Yeah, they did it up nice, but it's just very bland. And it sold for 190. So this has less square footage than us. This has significantly less square footage than us. It sold in February of 2026 for 190,000. That's phenomenal. Wow. So that's really good, guys. This is a single family fix and flip. I'm closing some of my tabs here. So here's a single family fix and flip. It's listed for 68,000, which appears to be a stellar deal. The only problem is it's been here for 178 days. A lot of you guys overlook the days on market. The days on market lets us know that it has been rejected by multiple investors. I'd like to see my street view to understand where we are. Neighborhood is cute. 2022, 2023 cars in the driveways. There's a little bit of money here, and this just needs a renovation. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't see anything terrible. It looks bad, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Where the hell did it go? Why not? Why not? How much would this cost? New roof. New roof is probably 11. 11 on the roof. Exterior work, you know, maybe we paint these and fix up the brick a little bit. Maybe we put like just 3K and random shit into the exterior. Is the fascia damaged? Yeah, that's damaged. Make that like 6K on the exterior. Do we need new windows? I see some vinyl windows. Those are vinyl. Old vinyl? Maybe not. As I look inside, they don't look that bad, but I can't really see them. I feel like it would only be another 20 on the interior. Maybe another 20, 25 on the interior? 23 on the interior? $40,000 would probably get that thing nice. And its ARV is seemingly, I mean, we need some more comps. Maybe that was just a crazy outlier. Gosh, I guess I'll use it. Does it have a big lot? No, it doesn't have a big lot. How close is it to our property? Yeah, it's literally right there. It's right there. We're right here. It's literally a block away. They want 190 for this one too. Okay. All right. I think that's a little bit overpriced, but I'll take it. 159. $159 per square foot is what that 190 comp sold for. Here's another comp built in 1968. We're not built in 1968. We're built closer to 1930, 1929. So when was the other comp built? You can't really comp a 1968 with a 1929, but you can comp a 39 with a 29, so we can comp that. You're too big. Square footage too big. This one sold for 180, but I can't see what it looks like, but it is pretty comparable to us. Is it this guy? 16254. That's a new light fixture. 16254. Yep, it's that one. Nice. Okay, I'll take that one. That one's 132 per square foot. 132 per square foot. Let's see if we can get two more price per square foot of renovated comps. Yep, 155. That's 117 per square foot. Pain. That sucks. I don't like that. I honestly don't really want to use that. I feel like we can do better than that. Yeah, bro, you went for 174. 134 per square foot. 134 per square foot. And then what else do we get here? 175. 150. 1116 square feet. 129 per square foot. So I'll average these all together and I'll divide them by 4. My average price per square foot is 138. If I multiply this by my square footage of 1450, that's an oddly specific number. I bet you're lying about that square footage, aren't you? I don't know. We'll see. 1450 square feet. You're looking at what? I'm sorry, what? Times 1450. It says 200. That's a lie. It's a lie. It's not 200. They're lying. Will not sell for 200. It'll probably sell for like, let's take out the outlier, right, guys? Let's take that out. Then we also had a 117. So that's more realistic. Divided by 4, 128. Multiply now by 1450. Still a bit of a lie. It will not go for 185,000. More realistically, 170,000. Always be pessimistic. Always be pessimistic. Never trust that shit. I personally think that a lot of the properties here let us know what's on market around here. Lets us know that 170 is more appropriate. Let's look at this guy's house. Yeah, a very mediocre fix and flip. 3.2 for 165. Here's another one. This is a fully renovated property for 150, 1,700 square feet. Neighbor's house is currently for sale, 1,900 square feet at 145. Interior is investor renovated. I'm going to say 165. I think 165 is very reasonable for this. Understanding some of these guys here. 150 for this, right? 155 for that. I think we could go for 165 given that we have square footage on these people. Especially given this 190 random comp right here and this 180 comp right here. So I'm going to call it 165 for our ARV, even though the numbers put us at 200. I just don't believe it. I just don't think that's real. I don't think that's accurate. So 165 multiplied by 0.7 is 115. I think rehab will be about 40,000 on this bad boy. That would put us at a 75K offer. So for whatever reason, people haven't been willing to pick this up. So it's my job to find out why. And I will wholesale this to my business partner, Chris, if they pick up the phone. I'm trying my best to do deals here, TBD. I'm sorry that it looks like a scam. I don't know what to show you. I could show you HUD statements, addresses I own, proof on public record. I could show you videos of me signing with a notary. I record all of my signings with notaries, so I have notaries come on the live stream. I can give you a house I'm under contract for now with EMD in so that you could call the agent and find out if it's real. I just don't know what else to show you. Okay, how about not music? I want to talk to the realtor, Kristen Frywald. Hello, Kristen. Okay. Is that the number I just called? Is it a different number? Different number. Okay. Hopefully his cell phone. I just want to set up a walkthrough.
Thanks for calling homes.com. Press 1.
No. I want to talk to the realtor, not some automated bullshit. This is a perfect fix and flip. I'm gonna see if I can get it 20K below and make a 5K fee off my business partner. Really off his lender, but MLS details. Nope, we already called that one, didn't we? Yeah, that's not you, is it? Yeah, that's not you. Well, I guess I'll look for his phone number a couple more times. I already called that phone number. Oh, here's a phone number. Here we go. Is this you? I haven't called you yet. Please? Oh, call ended before it even rang? Okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to send an offer via email because I think that's a good one. Why do you make it so hard? Why not just put your listings? Okay. All right. No phone number available. We'll email him. So yeah, if you can't call him, that's okay. We'll send an email. So here's how you email, guys. I'll make 2 offers. So template, cash plus seller finance template. There it is. I've got my proof of funds loaded in. I'm going to title this offer dash Lauder Street. I came across your listing on Lauder Street. I'm flipping 15820 Merland 11461 Sanford and under contract to buy 11. Gosh, what is it? 16176 Tracy. 16176 Tracy. I've got my offer price in cash. Inspection period. None. I'll have my GC walk prior to signing. Close of escrow EMD submitted after my contractor walks within 3 days of signing. And then seller finance offer, it's kind of distressed. I don't know if I can make that offer. Seller finance offer, well, maybe we could. Maybe I could make him a seller finance offer. Yeah. I guess I'd give him 90K. 90,000, down payment 8,000. I do just 10,000. Agent commission comes out of DP. Monthly payment, yeah, probably $450 a month. Term length, 6-year balloon, payout at balloon. That would just be $49.6 because I lowered it by 10K. I'd prefer my I don't know, man. I don't really want a seller finance offer on this. I'm not even trying to do that. I'd rather just do this. So what's it listed for? 67,000, and it's literally a deal at 67. I'm gonna hit him with I'll hit him with, honestly, 50 would work. Maybe I just sell it to him for like a 2 or 3K assignment. I think 50 would work. Maybe I do 48 just for shits and giggles. Yeah. Okay. Those are my calls for today. And we're going to email to you. Oh, that's not it, is it? You had an email, didn't you? All right. I'm hungry and tired. I'm going to go after this. I'll be on tomorrow for more questions. Send. Okay. Oh no, my camera froze. I'm sorry. Let me fix that. Okay. Check with Harry. Oh, yeah, I'll call Harry really quickly. Call Harry Gold.
I don't see a L. Harvey Gold in your contacts.
Oh my gosh.
Who do you want to call?
L. Harvey Gold, come on. Here we go. I'll find out. Just a question or two, guys. My stomach's literally hurting. I have a headache and my stomach hurts. I don't want to do that.
Yo.
Hey, maybe you already told me, but the student for that single family was asking me whether or not you wanted it. I don't remember if you told me or not.
No, I didn't. I actually didn't have the chance to think about it. Yo, I'm under contract. I just closed. Check this out. I just closed on 2 triplexes yesterday, a duplex last week. I just got under contract on a 4plex, and I'm under contract to buy 2 other duplexes. So
wow,
I have been stacking deals like crazy. This one, when I went to the property, I'm pretty sure there was no electric meter, which pretty much guarantees a rewire, which pretty much guarantees that the renovation is going to be that much more annoying. So
no worries.
I didn't. Thank you for calling me. I'm going to spend a few minutes reviewing it, and I'll get back to you.
Perfect. Yeah, let me know. And I'm sure we could even move it a little bit if it needed to be lower.
Well, that was the one where the agent actually said to me that he already had an offer for $30K, and he was just, I don't know.
I think that was just another one of our students, if I'm being real.
Oh, really?
Possibly, because
Nice.
sometimes people try to nab deals if they see the address.
That's funny. All right. Well,
yeah, frustrating. But anyways, let me know.
All right, will do.
Talk soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bro, what is in the chat? Goddamn. You guys want to see? I think I have $200,000 in closing and fix and flips. Why would somebody be this guy's student? Let me show you my $200,000 in fix and flips that I have closing. Yeah, I'm flipping Tracy. Fake. Well, fortunately, I'm going to give you the addresses. I will go even beyond that. I will write a Richard scam script. What is a Richard scam script? It is your exact thing to say to the agent to see if I'm making it up. So it's the exact thing that you'll say to the agent. But this is not just to battle haters. This is also just to show you what I've got in the pipeline. So I'll show you what I have in the pipeline here. I've got that closing right now. I have this rehab completed. I have this mid renovation. And I have this, which I'm walking on Friday, but I'm thinking I'm going to get this as well. So where's my other one? And I'll also show you my wholesale deals. Because guys, I'm pretty sure with all of the investments I have closing right now, fix and flips and wholesale deals, I think I'm to receive $220,000 in the next month or so. Largely from fix and flips, and then maybe 20 or 25 from wholesale. But I'll show you my wholesale deals, and I will show you my fix and flips. I will go a step further, and I will go ahead and show you the agent's phone number on the listing so that you can call to find out if it's real. Okay, so the last one that we were looking at, where was this? Walkthrough scheduled. Where is it? No. Yes. This guy, Ridgewood. Okay, so check this out. I'm also going to show you my buyer's text right here. So I got a text from a buyer. Check this out. So on Saturday, my buyer texts me this. He says, "Hey, do you have any duplexes available for these rehabs?" Right here. He bought my other one, 13605 Tacoma. And he texts me this. He says, "Good morning. Following up on the duplex you rehabbed, are those sold or available?" So this is an individual. This is a guy who just sort of buys all of my duplexes. He just buys my duplexes. And I sell them to him at kind of wholesale prices so that he can hit a perfect percentage cash on cash return of 20 to 30%. I'll also occupy them if I can. Okay, so we'll start with the first one that I have going on. This is the most profitable one, but it's also one of the more challenging ones, and I'll tell you about why. So I'm sharing my screen, and I will go ahead and show you what we're doing right here. Okay, he's basically a real estate broker. I do not have my license at this time. So this is 11461 Sanford Street in Detroit, Michigan. I bought this thing. When did I buy this? I bought this in March. I bought this March 23rd, so just before April. I bought it for $57,000, and my renovation is just about I think I put 35 into it, but I might have asked my lender for. I think it's 35. This guy has no special sauce. And that is the point. The point is that I don't have special sauce because a 12-year-old did it. And if a 12-year-old can do it, it's not special. It means that anybody can do this. And that's the point. It isn't that special. Anybody can do this. So I agree with you. But anyways, I'm in it for 57. I got 5 closing costs. I've got 35,000 on my rehab. I'm in it for 97,000, and I'm going to exit this thing for about $137,000. So that's $40,000 profit. And actually it's like 45. I'm not in it for 35K rehab. It's about 30. So 45K on this one. That's 11461 Sanford Street. Wait, I said I would give you the phone number of the agent. So here, take a screenshot. Ready? This is the listing. So you know I didn't scroll away. And the agent's phone number is right here. Do you see it? There it is. So if you'd like to call him, feel free, take a screenshot now. You can ask to see if I bought that property. But T Wade is remember, you can keep commenting. You don't own anything, but I did give you the agent's phone number, and I'm going to do it 3 more times. So I'm going to keep going. The next one I've acquired is 16176 Tracy. This one I got quoted a $40,000 renovation budget, and I picked it up for $70,000. So I'll be in the deal for $115,000, and I'm going to sell that for $180,000. So that is looking like $180,000, but my realtor is going to take 5%. Then I'm going to subtract my $115,000 that I'm in it for. That's going to be about $56,000 profit, but I want to be real, so I'm going to call it 50 just in case I run into anything else that I'm not expecting. Now, I also said that I would give you the phone number for this individual. So if you'd like, this is the phone number right here. Can you see it? You're picking and choosing people that will just say it? What do you mean? I went under contract for this 4 days ago. And here's the realtor's phone number. And then for this one, I bought this thing in March, and we're mid-rehab on this. It's taken longer than expected, but here's the phone number there. And then I bought this one about a week and a half ago. Right here, I'll do the numbers for that. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and do the numbers on this one. So Merlin Street, I bought Merlin Street for $70,000. I asked for $27,000 on the rehab, and I had $5,000 in closing costs. I'm in it for $102,000, and I'm selling this. That's not true. I'm in it for more than $102,000. I'm actually in Merlin Street for more than that. Oh, that's right. I bought it for $77,500. I got my numbers wrong. I knew it was more than that. It was $77,500. $77,500. So I'm actually in this for about $109,500. And I'm going to sell that thing for $152,000. So $152,000 minus $109,500 is $42,500. So I'd make about $42,000 on that. Now, the reason I really like 1580 Merlin Street is that I bought it 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, and the rehab is done. It's done. So that's $42,000 profit with a 2-week renovation. And I'm going to go under contract with my buyer on Monday or Tuesday. So that's another $42,500. And then the last one that I'm looking at, where is she? This guy right here, Ridgewood. I'm going to offer 60 on this. And if I get 60 accepted and the rehab is 35 on this, oh my God, I'm going to sell it for 145, and I'm going to be in the thing for, so 60 plus 35 is 95 plus 7K closing costs, 102, sold for 145, $43,000 profit on that one. Okay. So if we add 43 to that, now we stack our wholesale deals. So these are my fix and flips that I have going on. And just let me pull up my wholesale deals really quickly too. So my next wholesale deal to close is going to be 1314 Charlotte in Norman, Oklahoma. That'll be $7,000. That thing is, I just lost my tally. No. No. Oh, that sucks. It was like it was, gosh, I can't redo all that. On average, it was 45. It was 45 a pop, but it was a little bit more than that. It was like 42,000. and then 43,000, and then we had one for 50,000, and then we had another one for like 40,000. So I think it was somewhere around there, about 175. I've got 7,000 closing on that one. I've got 3,000 closing with a condo I found in San Diego. San Diego. This condo right here, I wholesaled this for $3,000. Beautiful condo deal, sold to Kian. So let's add the $3,000 for the condo deal. What else do I have in closing right now? Oh, I've got Allen Street. Allen Street with Mike. I only get 40% of that, but that is $13,000. So 40% of $13,000 is about $5,200. Adding $5,200 to that. And then we also have, what else do I have in closing? Harry's deal already closed. Do I have anything else? I swear. There's one more, isn't there? I could have sworn I had another deal in closing. That didn't close. That didn't close. That is closing. That closed. That closed. That didn't close. That didn't close. That's closing. I think that's all of it, guys. Oh. And I sold the mortgage takeover in Arizona to Jason. Remember Jason? 5082 East Diatomate Drive in Arizona. Mortgage takeover for 7,000 done earlier this week. So no, I have one more. I knew I had one more in closing. 7,000. So I have 197,000 account receivable, and only one is hypothetical. The only one that is hypothetical is this one because I technically haven't made my offer, but I'm going to offer 60K. EMD day one, no inspection. That's only 14K below list. I think they're going to take that. Anyways, I don't know if we have any questions about that. I guess I could take some questions on fix and flips. But I wonder. Huh. Okay. All right. We might.
Hey, Richard. Quick question. Can I take a shot at the one on Turner from earlier? Because I had rejected it due to the shootings, but I guess if it was good enough for your CRM, then I guess you think maybe it'll sell.
Oh, you're talking about Turner Street in Detroit?
Yeah, because he had sent me that earlier. Since you told me to call Detroit for like multi-units, I called. And he sent me that pocket listing, but I rejected it.
Yeah, I called him at the beginning of today's live stream. And I asked him if I could wholesale it, and he said yes. So he's sending.
But I have screenshots from like 4 o'clock prior to you calling. I had spoken to him. I can show you screenshots. And the only reason why I didn't take a shot at it was because of the shootings.
Okay, well, he's sending me a contract. I called him about 2 hours ago, and he agreed to 70,000 with me, and he's sending me a contract. But I told him I'm going to wholesale the deal.
Right. But you see what I'm trying to say, though? Like, I just didn't take a shot at it because of the fact that you said because of the shootings not to even try. You understand what I'm trying to say?
I spoke to you on Turner maybe 2 months ago when I was interested in buying it, and I've been following up with this agent for probably 2 months. I won't buy it because of the shootings. I will not buy it because of the shootings, but I asked him if I could wholesale it, and he said yes.
Fair enough. Yeah, I didn't know that you were in touch with him prior. Okay, all good.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Rich. All right.
No worries. Okay. We'll do a giveaway, but I think we have to show this guy in my chat one more thing. Maybe I've got an interesting one. Here, stay here for just a sec. I've got a good idea for you. Here, don't leave. Ready? I got something for you. Oh, actually, I don't even need to leave to show this. I've got a picture on my phone. I don't even need to leave. Check this out. Okay. So I'm going to crop my ID card to hide my address and just show my name because I want to show you something here. Because this is the ultimate proof for our hater in the chat. So let's see if we can. I need to hide my ID's number here, but I will show you my name on my driver's license matching up to the ownership on this property. So that's what I'll do. Okay. I have my driver's license, but it says my personal residence here. Don't want to show my personal residence, and I don't want to show my driver's license number on chat. But everything else you can see. Yeah, you can see everything else on here. That's all good. Okay, check this out. So you see this house? This is one of the first houses I bought. This is actually one that I'm selling right now. But check this out. So this right here is 9711 Chelsea Circle in Selma, Texas. And you can see right here that it's owned by Grandin Taylor, LLC. I also have my driver's license on screen, and you can see that my last name is Grandin Taylor. How did I do that? How did I do that? Chat, is there a single person in TikTok who believes T. Wade? Say yes if yes, say no if no. This is not a lien, it says ownership. It says ownership. So we have 2 so far. Anybody else in TikTok chat? Damn, because you've got my driver's license and my name here. Show the properties you own. Sure, I'll show you an entire list right now. Here you go. There you are. This is a better list. Actually, this is just a portion of them. Here we have my 4-unit. Here we have my 5-unit. And here we have a couple of my single families. Actually, there's more single families down here. So there you go. But I'll grab one. I can grab one and we can actually show a record of me owning it on public record. So we'll grab maybe the multifamily because I seller finance that. The multifamily is not in a trust. It's just a seller finance deal. So let's see. S24. Oh, Harry's calling me back to buy another fake deal. 24th. We got to pick up Harry's call here. But I will show this before we do. There it is. Grandin Taylor, LLC. Owner right there. But I thought you said I didn't own anything. Now you're saying I don't own enough? I thought you said I didn't own anything.
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. How's it going? Yeah, hello? Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Hello.
All right. Yeah, so I think this would be a good starter flip. There's just not enough meat on the bone for me.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah. I think someone that's trying to flip for the first time, this is like a lower risk flip because the purchase price is super low. Renovations, not, the electric meter is on the house. I was wrong, but it would definitely be advantageous to switch out the windows because you have a lot of those old painted windows, which is apparently a big problem. But that's not that big of a deal. There's only like 12 windows. And then the furnace is in there, but it looks, who knows if it works. There's no hot water tank. That's not that big of a deal though. So like someone could realistically renovate this property and throw all new carpets in there for like $20K or less. But after like holding costs and everything, I'm worried that I'm only going to be able to sell it for like 80 to 90K, in which case I'd be making 20 to 30. And I want like an absolute minimum 30 profit target, like absolute minimum worst case. And that would be like my best case on this home.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. We'll see if we can drop the price a little bit, but yeah, it might be a great wholesale deal as well.
Sure. Yeah, totally.
Perfect.
I'm sure you'll find a buyer for this.
Great. We'll talk soon, man. Thanks so much for letting me know.
Yeah, no problem.
See ya. Bye-bye. Okay. So that was, you could honestly sell it to somebody in the Discord. Somebody in the Discord would, but this was for Saeed. Yeah, this is Saeed's deal. Saeed, he doesn't want that thing. You'd need it lower, or you can wholesale it at its current price. So Saeed, you could lock that up. You could lock that up, man. You could. Anyways, I'm gonna spin the wheel. We're gonna do a giveaway, and then yeah, you'll have a good rest of your night. But yeah, I don't know. My hater went from you don't own any, and then when I showed my driver's license with my name matching up with public record, then he went to you don't own enough. You don't own enough. So we got to find out which one it is. $53.18 is our giveaway today. $53.18. Let's go ahead and give away $53 to a random viewer. Wait, don't worry. We can hang out after this. I just got to end my stream. I'll hang out with y'all on TikTok a little bit after, and we can do more questions. But these guys don't want to hear it. They don't care because they notary comes and watches me sign on stream, so they think I'm just wasting my time by being here and arguing with haters. Maybe I am, but it kind of scratches an itch for me. Okay. Okay, some of these are niche. Oh, I like this one. I like this one. This is not niche. This is just geography. We've got a geography question in the chat. 3, 2, 1. Oh shit! My copy and paste didn't work. It copied my quadplex address. Hold on. We did that didn't work. Okay. Okay. Geography question. 3, 2, 1. Which river separates Mexico from the U.S.? I'm not taking Grande. I'm taking I need the name. Rio? Somebody said Grande, somebody said Rio, and then Eric says Rio Grande. I don't know, man. I think we're taking the person who got it right. Yeah, guys, flag the one you think we should take. I think we should take Eric. Eric said Rio Grande. That's the exact answer. Somebody else said Grande. Somebody said Rio. Eric says Rio Grande. I'll take the Rio Grande. So, Eric, that's $53.18 for you. For you. Do you have Venmo, Eric? Your mic is muted right now.
Hey, Richard.
Hey, man. You have Venmo?
I don't actually. No, I'm in Canada.
Do you have PayPal?
I do.
Perfect. Let me PayPal you.
Okay. I'm shocked too. I've tried to get on here and get through, and it's really, really tough. A lot of quick answers.
Yeah. The giveaways are definitely challenging. But you just got a dub on one.
Nice. What do you need? Just like an email address then, or what?
I think PayPal works with email or phone number. So really, any of those.
Okay, I'll do. Just want me to DM you that or what?
Yeah, DM it to me.
Okay, sweet.
Wow, 80 of you joined yesterday. 80 people joined yesterday. T-Wade, you want to see something crazy while he's getting me his Venmo? Check it out. Here's something crazy. So here is this is from May 14th, and let's just go back to May of 2025. Let's just go back to May 2025. So May of 2025, same date. So that's just 1 year. You can see that. You can see it. Oh, well, it didn't work, did it? May 14th, 2025. And we'll go to 2026, May 14th. Will it give me the range? Yes, it will. So check it out. That's May 14th, 2025 to May 26th. Can you read me that figure? Oh, look, there comes another one. What does that say, T-Wade? T-Wade, what does that say? I'll read it for you. It says $2.558 million. That's the past year. That doesn't include fix and flip. That doesn't include wholesale. That doesn't include affiliate marketing. But I don't know. That's if that's a little, I guess I'm just not there yet, man. I guess I'm just not there yet. Anyways, let's send this guy some money. We've got his PayPal right here. And Eric, I think I found you. What is this in $53.18 in Canadian is $69.94. And friends and family. Send.
Perfect.
Let's see if it works. All right. Did you get that?
I did, yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Enjoy. Enjoy. Guys, I'm heading out. I'll be here tomorrow. I'll make more calls. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And have an amazing rest of your night. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
You guys want to see some big fix and flip money? Check this out. This is why I flip. So this one right here, April 23rd for 66,000. Right there. And then just a couple days before, April 9th, another 44 comes in. Isn't that insane? So these two, a week apart from each other, 111,000 from flipping houses. And that's why I do it, because on average, an average United States citizen is going to make like 40 to 50,000 per year. And that doesn't even include our generation. Our generation makes way less than that, way, way, way less than that. So guys, one flip per year or a handful of wholesale deals per year replaces your entire income. And then you don't have to show up to work anymore. It's like just the coolest thing in the world. So even if you don't make millions of dollars per year doing this, no problem. Your time is infinitely more valuable than any sort of money you could get. How do we know that? Well, if somebody comes to you and says, I'll give you $10 million, but there's a catch. You don't get to wake up tomorrow. Is anybody but T Wade taking that deal? Like, I know T Wade is like, you're doing me a favor with that offer, but is anybody else taking that deal? Probably just T Wade, which lets you know that for most people, time is way, way, way more important than money. And I firmly believe that flipping houses and just doing a couple assignment fees gives you your time back, and then you can scale from there. Anyways, the reality is you got to hit the phones, and there's going to be a learning curve, and you have to be uncomfortable for a while. But after being uncomfortable for a while, shit just starts to work. Anyways, I'm going to head out. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to play some Black Ops 1 online. That sounds fun. Catch you later. YouTube, thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye. Link in bio for Hold My Hand Wholesale.